I think we're ready. I think I'm ready to have this session take its start. Let's go find out what the group is up to, and then we'll do some recap here. Am I on the thing? Let's find out. Hey, how we doing, guys?
You're doing good.
We exist, yes.
Yes, I like that. That's a good start.
Well, I
Existing.
mean, we're kind of dead.
I mean,
Yeah, we still exist, but we're still dead.
I was asking how you guys were doing. I know how your PCs
us,
are.
the humans.
Oh.
I'm
Same
dead
answer.
inside.
Yeah, the human versions. Yes, 100%.
Same thing.
Not everything's about D&D, okay? God.
Not
I
everything's
care.
about D&D.
I care how you are doing.
That's a lie.
That is not accurate. You're right. Okay. Now that we got that cleared and out of the way, lovely. Thanks for that.
Anyways,
With that said,
Yeah, exactly. I am gonna go quickly do a recap. Now, actually, does somebody else want to do a recap of last session?
no.
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 That's fine. Go ahead.
All right,
have
cool.
it?
I'll do my version of it then. Alrighty. So last session, you all started by roaming around, doing things, getting Norback, and preparing for the tournament. I'm just gonna fast forward here because that's what we did then too. Preparing for the
Actually doing
tournament.
nothing for that first half, like
Yeah,
usual.
we did nothing. It was just a lot of just like piecing things together, making sure that you guys were prepared, had your provisions. You bought some equipment, some armaments, and such. Like for example, Golda has a +1 shield now, which just replaces an infusion he had prior. But now you guys were preparing for the tournament itself. When you got in, you noticed that the entire tournament was designed in a fashion that was to take place where the situation wasn't. The environment itself transitioned and changed to the different scenarios that were pre-constructed and decided. Along with you, there were 7 other groups that had also been part of this tournament. Some woefully underprepared and just walked off the farm field with pitchforks and shovels. And then there were others that were extremely prepared. And you watched these events unfold ahead of you, and finding yourselves in the championship fight at the very end, let me bring it back a little bit. You also watched as the benefactor had come in and had his own entourage of guards and special seating and everything of the kind. Human visage, but with everybody wearing their masquerade masks, you couldn't really quite get a good beat on what anybody particularly looked like, except for those that you were versing in the arena itself. When you get into the championship fight, you immediately notice that one of the opponents is Martin, your guide that led you through the university, which was neat. And along with them was a wizard, a gnome wizard, a decked out, plate mailed paladin, and then a weird looking human ranger that was kind of in the background. But before the fight started, they bowed in the direction of something, assuming that was probably the benefactor, and the fight unfolded. You quickly found that this cluster of fighters or contestants were very, very formidable, and they gave you a run for your money. The fight unfolded. You guys were looking like you were gonna come out. We're not gonna come out of it, and Yubo chose to cast Armor of Agathis, beseeching the power that he was being granted from his patron, which in turn resulted in a Balgora being spawned in out of the ether, with the sole purpose to come and claim the soul that is belonging to the patron. Everything unfolded. One by one, people started dropping and dying, and eventually the Balgora comes forth and executes Yubo, outright kills him, and before is able to complete its task of collecting his soul, is slain, and in dying explodes in a fiery explosion and kills everybody along with him. You guys all watched yourselves get shunted out of your bodies and into an ether much higher above the entire landscape of Winterfell, which now you were able to take in its entirety. The people walking on, roaming day-to-day busy lives and such. You also noticed that on the ground was a large Triforce, the 3 triangle imagery of Odin and his pantheon. Thorfinn noticed that from it were these small flecks of flame that were leading him somewhere, presumably. And right before having seen this entire display of the Triforce and the flames, he noticed that the benefactor seemed to have illusory magic. A shimmer, he caught it just barely, and below it, a tuft of orange, black, and white fur that existed. Not knowing what to make of that, he didn't tell anybody, but shunted out. You guys followed the flame, and it led you below the ground. And instinctively, you realize you're able to will your body through solid surfaces in the ethereal here. You follow the flame down below, and it eventually led you to an open space that was roughly 60 by 60. I forget what dimensions I gave last time, but I drew 60 by 60.
Big space.
A 60 by 60 spaced room, and in the center of it was a fox head, a fox body, a stone fox structure with missing eyes. And as you guys have now all slowly come into the room together, I'm gonna switch over so that you guys can all take a look at the space here. But you guys all have made your way into the room together, and this is what you see. The entire space is worked stone, so somebody has spent the time to actually build this structure. You're not sure who, or what. It's fairly well built. No signs of wear and tear on it whatsoever.
Oh, you guys let me die. That's nice of you.
I
It
mean,
looks like
we're all
here.
dead anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Looks like the demon got its job done.
I mean, it didn't take your soul, so I
Well,
guess
I'm
that's-
still around, so we didn't really finish it.
Maybe. So we don't know what we're really doing
I
right
mean, if
now.
I was fully dead, I would be in hell right now. So
Well,
that's
we
the
haven't-
deal I
Yeah.
made. So
we haven't gone
No,
then
through the
again,
doors.
you're not in
or-
hell.
I could be in a ring, I could be in hell, I could be at the bottom of the sea. Who fucking knows at this point? And this is neither of the three, so I don't know where I'm at.
So there's an
I'm just
upside
happy
somewhere.
I'm just happy I'm no longer fighting the water.
Yeah. I'm glad I got away from that goddamn paladin.
Guess we should figure out where we are.
Yeah, I'll
Let's
just
take a
begin
look
looking
around.
around, I guess.
Okay. You guys start progressing into the room, and immediately, Kanan, Thorfinn, everybody except Goldar. Yep, everybody except Goldar. You guys quickly notice as you approach the structure in the middle that at the base of this fox statue, there are scrape marks, circular, and they seem fairly deep to a degree, which tells you that it's probably rotatable. And then to your right, you see that there is a basin. It's like a bowl that is indented into the wall, and that's it. The entire room, otherwise, outside of these, are completely empty.
Is there any liquid in the basin?
There is not.
Do we
We
still
have-
have our items? Like, do I have my chalice with me?
You start to roam around, finally taking full effect of what's happening around you. You notice that none of your personal belongings are on you, and you look at your allies and same thing, except for being butt naked. You guys have nothing on you. You still have your robes and drapings, but
Oh, thank God for that.
I guess I'll just try and rotate the damn statue in the middle.
yeah, it takes zero effort for you. You start rotating and grinding it across, and it can do a full 360 rotation, but nothing happens from it. Getting up and close to it now and interacting with it, you quickly realize that from pushing the statue around, inside of its chest, where the fur would be, is an indentation of almost a crystal. It's almost a crystal shape, like a ruby, a large ruby shape almost. I'm just using ruby, it's not connected to anything, but ruby shape, which comes in and out of view. There's like a stone plating in front of it that flicks out and creates an indentation when it faces a particular direction, and then vanishes when you rotate it out of its allotment. When
Okay, I will try and rotate it until I can see said gem, I guess.
there is no gem, it's empty. It's a hollow. It's a
Oh,
hollow
it's not.
indentation, but it makes
not
itself
Opening
available
and
to you.
closing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I should probably rotate it until that opening is visible.
Sure. The first time it happens is when it is facing north, right here. The second time you continue rotating is to the west, and a third time to the south. The eyes are still hollowed out, and the chest is still hollow.
Can I make an investigation check on the basin?
Yes, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Hold on a second. Sorry.
17.
Oh, nice. You start to inspect it around, and you notice that there is some dried red residue at the very base of this basin.
And
I
I
don't know
can't
what that
tell if it's blood or something like that. It just-
You rolled fairly high. Yeah, it seems like it could be blood, likely.
That's great.
Guess I gotta do it again.
I want to investigate like the walls of the north spot, see if there's anything that.
Hey, give me an investigation check, please.
Where's my?
14. You start to pry around, and you feel like there's. You're not sure. There could be edges here that are seams that represent a door, but it also lines up really well with the stonework that's built into the walls themselves. It's hard to discern. You're not sure.
Can't we just go through it?
You watched
So-
them touch the wall, so it's not illusory by any means.
No, I meant like we went down through to get here through solid ground.
Is the statue movable? Like, can you pick it up, or is it attached to the?
It's affixed to the floor.
I tried to like bit my lip or something just to get a little bit of blood and put it into the basin.
Easy enough to do. You bite your lip, you draw blood, and one drop drops to the basin, and immediately it fills up the entire basin with that blood. It's like it divided and duplicated to fill it, and then a bright light starts to occur, and instinctively everybody else, you guys look back as this bright red light is starting to emanate from the basin. Okay, you're staying there. Eventually the light fades, and you see this like a small burst of energy, and inside the basin now is a red gem that is just it's a blue gem that is just placed there at the bottom of this empty basin.
And I'll pick that up, try to put it into the hole of the fox.
Okay, which one, the eye or the
Let's-
chest?
Yeah, the chest. If it fits, I don't know if it fits for the eye or the chest. I mean, assuming it's different sizes.
Well, you place it in the chest, and it's a perfect fit. First thing.
Okay.
Secondly, you try it in the eye, and it's bizarre, but it seems to retrofit itself to fit into like a socket, almost that fits into the eye.
Interesting.
I guess we gotta do this one 2 more times then. I don't know.
Try rotating the thing and see if the.
Yeah, try to see if it fits on the direction. Yeah.
Okay. You which direction are you guys facing it?
Which
North,
direction is
I
it
guess?
facing now?
I don't know. Depends on Norback. Where did you leave it?
I don't know. I probably left it south.
Okay. Well, you put the blue gem into its chest. It stays in place, seems to be locked in, and it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything.
Try to rotate it all the way, and we can check the room at the same time. While this is happening, just see if something happens.
Okay. Norback. You start to rotate, I imagine.
Yeah.
The rotate.
If you agree.
Right. As the entire fox begins to rotate and face towards the northern wall, you watch as those same symbols as the week prior, or not the week prior, sorry, the week prior, but the prior to you dying in the flames start to light up on the floor, and it's almost like footsteps that you would follow from somebody that was invisible and wet. But instead, you see these symbols begin to indent into the floor and light into these like a white iridescent glow, and it leads to the wall ahead in front of you. You guys, can I? Okay, hello? Hold on. Okay,
You trying to mark this wall?
that's what I want to do, and it wouldn't let me. You see ahead of you. Oh, God damn it! I don't like it. You see in front of you as that all those symbols go across it and begin to spread across, and in that exact fashion, in a moment, all of them combine together and push out to the edges, which pushes all the stonework away, creating a passage ahead of you into a room beyond. And just from the edge of where you're looking, you can see a bookshelf on further into the room. You're just looking at it from the side.
Is there anything in this corner, or it's just like for decoration?
That's just decoration. It's just columns.
Okay.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay, making
I'll
a way.
follow.
Making your way in, you just see this room has stacks and stacks and stacks of bookshelves. There's just rows of them. eventually, Norback, before you go, hold on 1 second. Before you turn in this corner here, you hear a voice down down to your left, and you hear somebody say, "Oh, is somebody here? Please help!"
Well, I guess I'll walk towards the voice because I got nothing else to do.
You walk forward, and Yubo, you hear this as well. It's audible. Like it travels the room here. Norback, you don't see anybody. There's no person sitting around whatsoever. In front of you is a table and a chair. It's a beautiful ornate chair. Red cushions, nice gold mahogany wood on the side edges and the back, but there's nothing else in the room.
Honestly, Norback would probably just look around confused, like, where the fuck is that coming from?
You hear it again. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see people. Are you here to help?
We can't see you. Who are you? Where are you? What are you?
You're looking right at me. I'm the chair. You look over.
You are the chair.
You look over, and the chair itself is speaking. And now paying attention, you can see some of the stitching is moving ever so slightly as it's making these verbal commands.
Can I sit on you?
I prefer if you did it.
Okay. Respectfully, I will not sit on you.
Thank you. It's not like I can stop you.
Oh, that's
He's
fair.
got a point.
So, what are you? Like, how are you a chair? Are you a... What's going on?
I was a person, and then some shitty hag made me into this and left me here to die or rot. Take your pick.
What do you mean,
Fucking
Ron?
hag.
We're already dead.
You are, but I'm not. You don't have to be dead to be here. People come here all the time if they're
That's
powerful
fair.
enough.
Where are we?
You're in a place called the Ethereal. This is where the dead people, their spirits come before they choose where they want to go or they're consumed.
Oh, nice.
Depends.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
Something
But
about what?
take your pick. There's lots of things. There's a cosmic dragon. It comes down from time to time, but usually doesn't have a need to. Mostly it's the wraiths that you have to be worried about. They come up from below and they're not to be trifled with.
So anyone
Okay.
you and bring you back into a human? Like, do you know of any way?
Yeah. There, to my understanding, there's a river that's floating in the sky. You just bring me to the river or bring some of the river to me. That's it.
Can I make an insight check? Make sure it's not lying. It's.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would identify that from the chair, but
Well, I mean, you
can't
can
leave
see a
looking at a
face,
chair.
sort of. So yeah, go for it. Make an insight check. And while this it is a female voice, okay? Although like very, very raspy, it is Marsh. Shut your mouth. I know. But you as this presumed woman, female chair, is telling you of this floating river, you're kind of starting to remember, and poor DM skills, I forgot to narrate this specifically, but once you had died and you were present in the Ethereal, you saw that large swirling energy up in the sky, where all those small blips of white lights with other spirits that were traveling towards. What I also neglected to not narrate is that there are these large streams of brilliant blue and white lights that are rivers that just float around just in midair. And there's a lot of them. They intertwine with one another and just vanish into the distance. Kilometers, miles away. That's what the chair is speaking about.
okay. Do I receive any suspicious
No.
talk with my role?
No,
Okay.
the chair is telling you directly what needs to happen for it to not be a chair.
Okay.
It's
My
answering
question
you.
is, how the hell do you expect us to do that?
Take a bowl? I don't know.
Where?
Take a glass?
From where? You tell me.
I don't know. I'm a chair.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
Did you see any, like, since when are you here? Do you know? Do you have any
It's been a long time.
sense of time, I guess?
It's been long. I don't know. It's been forever.
Did you see anybody else come around?
There was one person. They're really skinny. Strong jaw, but I haven't seen them in a very long time. But that was pretty close to when I first got put here, so I don't know.
How did you get put here?
Well, you see, sometimes when hags tell you to do something, it sounds like it's not bad and easy. It's not. I did it, and then it backfired, and I became a chair. And for assurance purposes, I imagine I got thrown here.
Why the hell did you listen to a hag?
Hey, I needed money.
I can't blame you there.
Can we look around the room and try and see if there's any container we could use?
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Nothing, but...
The room is large enough where everybody can give me an investigation check here, so you guys can cover your space. Oh my
I wanna check the books too.
I figured
Maybe
you
there's a
would.
hidden flask in
I have some of these rolls today, it seems.
Yeah, you're
And
crushing
I
it.
can't
It's
see
insane.
nothing.
God, you guys did simultaneously great and shit the bed. I love it. Oh my god, that's so good. Okay, Yubo, you start to roam around in the room, and you do find a small container. It's like what would be a Tupperware container, almost equivalent, that is off to one side, but it's glass. And that's in your possession. Goldar, as you're roaming around with Yubo and your passive investigation, Yubo's going through the bookshelves, like moving things around, trying to find things, and one of the books falls off of the shelves, and you go over and instinctively pick it up, and you start to read through it, and immediately on the front of this book, you can see it has the same symbology as the symbols that you had seen prior in the flame, and the ones that led up to opening this passage. Opening it, you are confronted with a scroll, and every page you scroll through, it's the same thing. You can go to the middle book, you go to the last page, the front page, it's the same thing. It seems to transcend through all of them. And what you immediately are able to discern is that this could be a potential cipher. And the cipher is right here. On the bottom of the screen here, I've just made this available. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Why no show?
That's no show.
layer thing again.
What
Yeah,
the F?
maybe.
You know what? I think it's a layer thing, but I'm just gonna copy Thorfinn. I'm gonna use Thorfinn's body. Okay, you guys see this cipher. Well, you see this cipher on the pager, and because you're already so intelligent, you're able to quickly decipher that some of these symbols are represent regular common letterations. So you quickly go through and you're like, oh, okay, so this particular rune here that looks like a K, that represents, and you look through quickly and you're like, some of these, so that has to be an H, and you quickly etch down and start to create the patterns and the flow of the different letters, and then automatically fill in some of these blank spaces. Yubo, while that's happening, Kanan, you're able to find nothing other than books of rhyme, like children's story, like rhyming books and just children's stories in general. You don't find anything. Norback, nothing's of interest to you. You're just like, this is a bunch of bullshit. There's nothing with picture books in it. You're just throwing books off the shelves.
Fair. I expected that.
Thorfinn is
Alright.
just kind of seeming like he's out of it a little bit.
Okay, can we look at that cipher maybe as a group?
It's in Goldar's hands. Yeah, 100%. You do what you guys
Yeah.
want.
I guess we'll just do that. We'll just tell the chair, hey, we found a container. We'll try to find some of the water. Worst case, we'll try to bring you with us. I mean,
Thank you
You
so
know,
much.
we
I
can
really
probably pick
appreciate
you up.
that. Yeah, just pick me up. Not that heavy. I'm lighter as a chair.
the only other thing we can probably look into is like maybe ripping a piece of wood from the table to try and get like a weapon or something, because well, like basically we have nothing on us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You probably want to do something like that.
Yeah, I'm mostly talking to the group, but thank you, Chad.
She does not. The chair doesn't get that hint. It is just part of your conversation.
Right.
Is
Go
there,
back. Do you think you could break like a piece of the table just to give like a a club
I mean-
type of blunt weapon?
Sure, I guess. I can try.
I'll help you see if we can manage something.
I wanna
Well,
ask the chair,
depending on
so-
how many legs it has, we can at least make some clubs.
It has 3 legs.
Okay, I'll rip off all 3 of them if need be.
It's just a time thing. There's perfect. With Yubo, Goldar, kind of like you pointing out, like, oh, the screws are in this spot here. You guys, it takes a little bit of time. But in that, while that's happening, Kanan, what did you want to do?
Ask the chair if there's stuff that we should be, like are we in danger of being attacked in this area, or is this?
Yes, of course. You're in a place where raw energy in the form of spirits are transitioning from the dead to the afterlife. There are those that exploit this, and you need to be wary. Perhaps you've seen them, but there are a small flecks of black energy that exists across the realm. Those are a combination of things. It could be wraiths, it could be shadows, could be greater beings collecting. Just avoid them.
Well, that's a useful hint. So yeah, we're still ripping things apart here.
It's gonna take a minute.
Want to do something?
It's gonna take a minute for sure. Kanan's the only person that's free, so other than giving him time to process too, right? Okay, minute pass processes, and you guys are able to tear these. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Working on the cipher in my head, and I'm sitting.
Oh, okay. Honestly, not a problem whatsoever. You're able to just tear these legs off with Yubo. It takes a little bit of prying back and forth, but you do have 3 makeshift clubs. They'll do a 1d4 plus your strength as damage because it's an improvised weapon.
At least we have something.
It's a stick.
Yeah, I think Norback should have one. I don't think I need one personally, so I don't know. Goldar, maybe
Yeah.
you want one?
I have no strength, so it's probably wasted on me.
So Cannon, and technically would give it to Thorfinn,
He
but
wants it. He's got strength and capabilities. He would like it.
yeah. So
It's like, nah, I'll just dual wield good makeshift clubs.
Okay, you're starting to work on it, and you're using some of the other splinter that you found from the table itself to scrape off whatever you can. It's coming along pretty nicely.
all right, let's look at this cipher maybe.
Nice. Okay. Goldar, as you guys start to process through here, some more time goes by, and again, you're so intelligent that you're able to put together that the W's are A's.
Okay.
Oh, free-handed if you want. Ah, there you go. Nice. Perfect time. I actually combined it. That's really neat.
Is the other there's just like approximation that we did? The yellow is just our expectation, I'm assuming.
Excuse me?
Is there's like multiple colors. I'm just trying to understand what is what, so we know what is
The
certain and
orange
what
one is what I already put in.
okay, but it's not confirmed.
No, it's
There's nothing to be confirmed.
my
This is
assumption.
just, yeah, it's just
Yeah.
what it is, right?
You said W's or A's, right?
Yes, all W's are A's. I'll help you guys fill out some of this stuff. Okay, I happen it every time. It's hilarious.
F could be it.
God
And-
damn it.
Damn it.
God damn it. Sorry, I'll stop.
Like
talking.
3 of us tried to put in there.
I'll pick a great color. Maybe something like this.
Yes.
If we assume this, I
Three?
mean that would make sense.
3 different colors for the bottom one right here.
It's perfect. Don't worry.
It is. It's beautiful. I love that. That's phenomenal.
F.
If anybody wants to make an investing, this doesn't have to be based on your intellect, right? In real life, we can,
Right.
because this is it. That's why I'm using Goldar's intelligence value, because he's inherently smart enough that he'd pick up patterns as he goes. So depending on if you guys wanted to make an investigation check or an intelligence check as you go, you can do that. And yeah,
Yeah, I'll
chat,
probably
if
do
you want to
that.
help, you can. You're
I
welcome
think
to.
S is B.
It's
That's about all I got.
when we something have.
So what type? Would you just do an intelligence check or like an
Yeah,
an
flat
skill
intelligence check. Latin check if you wanted to get.
All right.
No.
So this plus 1, 15.
Nice. Yeah, you discern that the I's are W's. I will
That's
write the
fair.
first one in because this is already where I was going right there.
Okay.
And yes, you already
Well, I
have that
mean,
O's or E's. That
At this
already
point,
exists,
if
so.
O is indeed E, yeah, when F is definitely that. So I guess the queen here makes sense.
I think T is probably an I. You know what? Should I roll for intelligence? Because fuck it, might as well.
Do it.
Hell will bathe in the.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Jesus.
Not,
Right,
not
does
only
that
do you
work?
find that T is I, you also find that the C is a V, and then in a stroke of sheer insanity, you also find that L's are D's.
That we already have.
Well, it's
Then you're
confirmed
just
that
seeing
these
things that already exist, and you feel smart about it. You're like, yeah, hell.
I feel so fucking smart.
So C. Okay, so I think that's the only C we got. You said C, and what was the last letter?
C's are V's, L's are D's.
L's or D's. Okay.
Have
I'm assuming S is
I-
going to be a B because bathe
I
here
feel
makes
like
sense.
D is L. Wait, no, I'm an idiot.
got so.
Betrayal. So R could be an R, which is very,
Maybe D is F.
U could be an O. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, D. Wait, D should be F because the gods
Yes.
shall fall.
Yes. Yes. Betrayal. Okay, so let's just put what we know. So every U would be an O. Can I make another intelligence check? Just kind of confirm that, or
Yep, go for it.
no? Oops. Well, yeah, 14.
You're not sure.
Brothers will fight brothers.
Yeah. This should be brothers. Okay, Wendy something. S would be a B. Yeah. T would be an I. When the vanish have foreseen. Risen, yeah.
The gods shall fall. What was S again? B?
S should be a B, yeah. Did we have the A? Bounty, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys fill out the entire thing, and in front of you begin to see that the scroll itself starts to almost hum a brilliant white light, and you read it out slowly. When the banished have risen, the gods shall fall. Brothers will fight brothers, and Queen Hell will bathe in the bounty of betrayal. And after having read this and compiled the entire scroll here, you watch as that white light dissipates in the same type of a burst of energy, and from it to the ground drops a yellow gem.
Gem. Statue.
Okay.
All right. Well, we should bring a chair with us, just in case the door locks when we move the statue.
You'll be fine.
I'll try to bring the chair myself then. Fuck
I'll help you with the chair.
I don't trust this.
Okay, so you guys
I will
bring the chair
stand
with
by
you.
and watch. Just drag this chair.
Trying to bring a chair up to there.
It's heavy, but it's not excruciating by any stretch of the imagination, right? Like, it's doable. We'll just use
I
Dorfin's
imagine the
body.
chair keeps on talking the entire way through.
Oh, for sure. It's been like
Yeah, it's been isolated and
commentating
shit.
the entire time in the
You're-
background.
You're already used to that with the ring anyways.
That's true. Dude, I didn't realize for the longest time, but half the group has something that talks to it. Talks to them.
I mean, mine's been kind of quiet.
It's hilarious. I'm gonna delete that. Okay, yeah, you're able to move the chair out and into the space in the front. That blue gem still exists in the chest of the fox that is still facing the north direction.
I'll just tell the chair, sit there for a second, and we'll try to see what's around.
Your joke
Careful!
sucks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I guess we should try and put the gem somewhere on the fox.
Probably inside.
Yeah, and let me get out first.
Okay, so what are we doing? Where are you guys putting this gem?
I don't know. We're trying to get Norback out.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, we should probably put the gem in the fox.
Yeah.
Where are you? There's different. Holes.
Yeah, so the chest is full right now, so it's just the eyes, correct?
The chest
Let's
is
go with
full. The eyes are both empty. Yes.
The left eye, just because it's a decent wrapper.
Nothing happens.
It doesn't go
Well,
in.
now we got
Oh,
turn.
it does. It does. It still goes into the left eye and it retrofits itself into the shape of an eye socket.
Okay.
And then as you
Well,
extract it out, it elongates into that same shape that is on the chest.
Okay. Can we leave it inside the eye socket
Sure can.
and then turn the statue? I'm guessing.
Sure. You start to rotate it around and go quarter turn, half turn. You're back to the original position. Nothing changed.
Okay, so we
Okay.
take it. So we should take out the original gem and shove that in the chest.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. You take out, swap them out, and now the yellow gem is in the chest. You start to rotate across, and as you approach the eastern wall, you watch as it begins to do the same thing. From the ground, these small flecks of white energy with those runic symbols start to move across the ground, and ahead of you, it goes up on a wall and condenses and shoves the wall
Did not mean to
space
do that.
off to the side. And you can see ahead of you, there's another small space, much smaller than before. I'll take care of it. Much smaller than before, but small nonetheless. Oh crap, I don't want you
Did
there.
the northern gate close?
It did not. It stayed open. The
I'm
northern
running
gate
up
stays open.
and I'm grabbing a few books and come back.
Sure thing. You quickly, we'll say you grab 5 books in the time frame that these guys are doing something. You're just like carrying around 5 books in your hand. They're fairly thick tomes. Okay, Kanan, you make your way into this room ahead, and the minute you do, every one of you simultaneously has a vision that knocks you off your feet, and whatever surface is beside you, it almost shuts you into that, knocking you into the walls, and in your case, Goldar, into the bookshelf. You drop the ones you're currently carrying, and your vision is taken away entirely. It goes black, comes back in, and you're again, now you're in another space up above, and the ground is coming at you quickly. You watch as you are taken down into a space where there are small children. You look around and you yourself are inside. This is a first-person view of 5 other children of varying races and backgrounds that are playing together underneath this brilliant, beautiful, thick green tree. And around you is a luscious garden of different colorations of flowers and large boulders in the distance. Every one of you has this perspective from a different angle.
So, from my perspective, what are the different races around me?
You
Of
see,
the kids.
you see 3 humans, you see a dragonborn, and you see an elf.
Can I try to speak, or is it just a vision where I'm not there?
What do you want to say?
Hey guys,
You
to see if
do,
there's a
except
reaction.
you sound like a child. It's like, hi guys. Before pre-puberty. Good God, my mouth.
Okay.
Pre-pubescent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Words are hard, man.
Yep.
Can
And
I ask them where we're at?
Yubo, you hear one of the other children say, "Where are we?"
Wait,
Fuck
who
if
are
I
you?
know.
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
Now, who are you?
I'm Yuba.
Oh,
Kanan. This is weird.
Oh, okay.
You're all looking at small children that don't look anything like the allies that you know. And as you guys start to make aware of one another, the 6th one that does not speak points to the distance, and you can see this large, dark, looming cloud that is making its way over in your direction. And you turn quickly to make your escape, to run the opposite direction. And ahead of you, you see this brilliant, large, and I'm saying what looks like it goes on forever, wall, thick, beautiful, shines bright with the sun that is visible. And you guys can start running in that direction, and very quickly you start feeling the ground shake and shudder below your feet, and that shadow from the cloud start to drape over. you see a small fleck of golden light that comes cruising over the wall and down and starts to fly in your direction. Before they can get to you, you see those shadows come down, and all of you see these thick, meaty blue fingers grapple each of you individually and start to throw you in pouches. And just before you're taken away, Kanan, your child form, you look back and you see the horned helmets of these brilliantly large blue creatures. They're giants and titans almost to anything you've ever seen. And all your other children, you don't know, are thrown into sacks and taken away. And at that exact moment, you're shunted out and brought right back into this reality where you are right now. And you stabilize yourselves for a moment.
What?
That was
Fuck.
weird.
Just happened.
Did you guys catch that at the end with the helmet creatures?
Do I?
I
didn't see a thing.
anything.
It was grabbing the children and putting them in pouches.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, but I mean, I from my perspective, I was in a pouch. But
I,
you say that there was a helm creature.
it's a giant creature with like bigger than I've ever seen before. It was
What did it look like?
hard to say. It was
What did the helm look like?
they had these horns on it.
Okay.
It looked like fairly thick metal that was crudely built. Nothing of incredible craftsmanship, but it was very thick metal. One fit for a massive head, but yes, again, it had those curled horns that went from on top.
Did you see a face or just a head? Like, was there any distinguishable traits or?
Could I see anything distinguishable on the face? Or
You know what? Give me a perception check and add 3 to it. A D20 with +3. I think that might actually already be your perception. No, it's not.
Would it be from the perception of the child anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna take a look. It might just happenstance be that he already had a +3.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than the staggering size of this creature and that helmet and the horns, you didn't discern anything in particular that would stand out to you.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
that's
I guess we can just move on and try to not fall through another vision like that.
Yeah. I'm grabbing my books and follow.
Yeah, you see your allies all making their way into this small space ahead. It's pretty tight in here.
Is this top spot?
It's not
open,
supposed to be there.
or-
You somehow managed to
Okay.
make yourself a little bit in there by accident. Oh, I just didn't draw that part. That doesn't matter. There's nothing up there. It's just background crap.
Okay.
Ahead of you, you guys see that there's a small chest that is placed on the ground here. Ornate, looks
Pretty tight.
beautifully crafted. Been here who knows how long, but heavy dust collected.
Hey guys, what do you see in there?
Just
Yeah. Give that thing a little look. Let me stand back and see what's in it. You can go ahead.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
open the chest.
You open it and it's everybody's vision closes in again. It's like you all drop to your feet and you take a deep breath and you're shunted back out. It's like if you're fighting a fight with an ethereal ghost and just throwing you like a poltergeist, throwing you around the room, and you're shunted again backwards and onto your butts as your vision is taken again. Except this time you are in a small wooden I say small, but to your perspective, it is huge. It's massive. And inside of this shack, you see these titans that are walking around. All of you see this now. You yourselves are placed inside of a glass cage that is entirely closed off above, and some
Are
of
we
the
in
other
the same
children are
child's?
weeping. Excuse me?
Are we in the same child's?
Yes, you're back in the
Okay.
same form that you were prior, everybody in their own distinctive bodies, and you're watching as the sixth child, the girl, she is weeping heavily as the titans are roaming around, and there are many of them. You can catch a glimpse here. There's at least 4 in your present space. Moment goes by, some of them go over to a large scroll on table, are writing down and drawing circles and lines across them, and you see one other one that is currently pinning things onto a board that is a little bit further away, and a bit of a panic starts to stir amongst these titans as one looks over, rushes, and speaks in... Did anybody hear? Norbak, you would understand this? Norbak, you're the only one that would understand this.
I understand something that others
Yes.
don't. That's a first.
You're the only one. Yeah. You hear them, the panicked one, run over and say, the father's coming. We need to leave now. And the one that hears that, you watch him kind of like step back and panic for a moment, as before they can even react and do anything, the right wall comes crashing in. It splinters and shrapnel spreads across the entire room, and before the dust even billows, you hear the violent screams and just ears like screeching pain of these titans. And the dust, as it settles in front of you, you can see a massive, equivalently sized titan form of a fully golden armored or adorned male, old man with white long beards and a brilliant golden spear, and quickly
I've
turns.
seen this before.
Yes, it looks very familiar to you. Actually, it looks familiar to all of you. You've seen pictograms of this particular individual in the past, and his head turns towards the glass cage you're all in, and his massive hand reaches over, grabs it, and walk out of the same carnage that he created from the wall to this large black mare with 8 legs. Climbs on top, and you're shunted out. Actually, before you're shunted out again, you hear him speak into his hand, and you hear specifically him call to an individual named Itri.
I'm assuming only Norvac heard that, or
No, what this individual says is oh
in
shit.
common.
It's in a broken dialect, actually. Pieces of it are from a combination of all the different dialects, and Kanan and Yubo, you and Goldar, actually, the three of you would pick up the most of this particular sentence structure, and Itri being the name that you guys hear unanimously, the other part of it that he seems to be calling out to is asking a dwarf to create an anti-magic field. That's all you gather.
And we're shunted out at this point, right?
You get shunted out of the vision and are brought back into your visions, and some of your butts are a little sore from how hard you were thrown back into your seated position. Norbak, you take a look, and inside the chest in front of you is another
Gem.
blue gem.
Another blue one?
Another blue gem, yes.
Okay, I'll take the gem, and then I'll walk over to the statue.
Okay.
It's like we
We all
got
see
2
his
blue
thing.
ones and 1 whatever other color one.
Yellow.
Right. Can we discuss what the hell just happened again? So we're kind of all on the same page. If we all see the same thing.
Probably. I just don't understand half the things I see, so I just decide to not think about it.
Probably best for us if you don't.
Fair enough.
Anybody have any idea who that was?
I
Don't know
mean,
his name, but
Or
we saw
what that was?
depiction.
the giant man guys there said the father is coming. We have to get out of here. Something like that.
Oh, was that before they all got killed, essentially?
Yes.
Okay.
And we've seen depictions of whoever that was before in Odin's temples or whatever. So
Only one temple you've seen it in was underneath that lake, the Mirror Lake.
Right. It was a statue of Odin or something.
Well, it was a statue of the same figure with a raven on his shoulder.
Right.
I mean,
Was there a raven on
No,
this one?
there was no raven present on this person. No. There was the horse, the 8-legged horse, black mare, and then this person.
Can I make a religious check to try and see if I can remember what it would be according to like text or something, like
Sure.
from what I could remember?
Go for it. You've definitely come across text in the past that talks about a individual known as the Conqueror, and has in the text that talks about this individual, they've always been adorned in full golden armor and wield a spear.
I'm guessing he didn't have a spear when we in the vision.
He
we
had a
just
spear.
He had? Okay.
He had the spear. Yeah.
It's what he used to slay everything, but
Wasn't the Conqueror Norback, do you remember what the priest told you about Odin when you went into the temple? I think he mentioned something about the Conqueror, no?
I don't remember. Not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah.
you. This is pretty typical.
Like, what did
should
you
I
expect out of asking me?
Nothing, but I can try.
Should I make a history check or something to remember Eitri? I mean, he was
Yes.
a dwarf after all.
yeah, no, go for it. You can make a history check.
Let's see if my dwarfs remembers Eitri. Apparently not.
There's so much going on. You're so distracted with the visions constantly throwing you around and just the happenings of what you're seeing.
All right. Well, I mean, I think math is pretty simple, and at this point, there's two eyes, two blue gems, and one yellow gem with one chest socket. I'm assuming we can all figure out where the gems go.
Yeah, well, wanna try and use the yellow one alone on the southern section first before we put the eyes in. Maybe the eyes
it
open
would be
something in the left area.
That'd be the last blue one, right? But yeah, we can try.
Just to see if something happens without the eyes.
Okay, you start to rotate the structure, nothing happens. The yellow gem in the chest, nothing happens with the south wall.
Oh, the
Yeah,
last blue that we
assume so.
got. The last blue that we got.
What did you? Sorry, what?
I would try to put the last blue gem that we got, put it into the chest, and
Oh.
align it to the south, so that
Nothing.
we tried every single one of the
Yep.
gems. Essentially.
Yeah,
100%.
just every combination.
I respect
Okay.
it. No, nothing happens with the new blue gem or the yellow down on the south wall.
Okay, well, let's put the two blue gems in the eye socket and the yellow one in the chest, I guess.
Okay, you start to rotate the structure around, and you find a small space on the wall right here, and it opens. It's
Where?
same thing. It's on the right side, right between the north and the eastern wall. You watch as a small space of the wall, again, same thing, colorations, white light, expel out to the left and right side, and behind it, you see that there are a few scrolls that are just stacked on top of one another.
God, more reading.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't diss box.
I'll go and pick up the scrolls.
Okay, you can mark down that you have 6 scrolls, 3 of which are communication scrolls, and the other 3 are illumination scrolls. That's what they're written, at least, on the scroll itself.
3 communication scrolls and 3 illumination scrolls, is that what
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Effectively, it tells you underneath. You can quickly read it, and you see that the communication scrolls are used to tether up to 10 entities, different creatures, together mentally and telepathically communicate up to 100 feet between each other for an hour. And the illumination scroll does the same thing, except your eyes become dark vision for all 10 creatures for an hour.
Okay.
Cool.
Should we try to save the little dude at this point?
Probably.
Maybe he can help us with something.
How do we get to the water?
It's a good question. Since
You
wasn't
just have to
narrated at
will
first,
it.
I don't. We just have to will it.
What do you mean you just gotta will it?
You just have to will it.
Why
How'd you
don't
get
you
down
will
here?
not being a chair then?
I don't know how I got down here anymore.
All you hear from that comment is, did I do anything?
No. No,
My
you
will
didn't.
isn't good enough, I guess.
How do we know you're not leading us into a trap?
What?
He's a
I don't want to be
chair.
a chair. I have no reason to take you to a trap. I want to get out of this.
No, I guess that's fair.
No one wants to be a chair.
Yeah, people's butts go on it. I don't like it.
I mean, I swear to you, if I sit on you, I'm not gonna fart.
I promise nothing.
Yeah, well,
I'd understand.
Well,
if you
let's
did.
take a look at the area we came from.
yeah.
Make your way over. It's closed off. It's again, like you came down here. There's a fully closed off space that leads into here. It's all stone.
All right.
Nothing to investigate then.
I guess so.
Can we rotate the statue in every direction just see if something else happens?
Yeah, you do. You keep rotating and nothing happens.
All right.
Let's see if we can get another crystal.
I doubt it.
Oh, you will mark
Well-
1 health off for making yourself bleed into.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Do
yeah.
we even have health? We are dead.
Yep. You still have health. And
Okay, then I'm
it
filling
is
up my
full.
health.
It is full in this form here.
Alright, then I'm also dropping some in. Let's see if something happens.
Take 1 point of damage and nothing happens. It's at that time you watch as Thorfinn is starting to walk over to the left side and he's like, "Hey, guys, I think we just kind of walk through it. I think we just walk through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to try and walk like south at this point.
You do. You try to walk and you're immediately met with a wall and you get shunted off of it. And this like reverberated ripple effect goes across the wall and it almost transcends the entire wall on the south end.
Can I make an investigation check, see if there's any like bricks or anything that could be touched, essentially?
Go for it. Thorfinn over here, Norback, watch as he just like walks through the space and through the wall and it just vanishes.
I want to try
I
that.
wanna
I'll follow after him.
I wanna try to move the chest and see if there's anything behind it.
Cool. You start to move it, and sadly there isn't. Yeah.
Not cool.
I wish I could have given you something there because that's kind of neat, but no, unfortunately there's nothing tied to that. And you, Bo, no. You start to look around and feel the wall here. You assume that there is a door, but again, from the nature of how these doors are being revealed, you don't feel like a recess that would allow you to pry or push your way through.
Oh, let's switch a blue and a yellow one.
What?
What?
I didn't hear what you said.
Good, because I'm not in the room.
Yeah, he left. You
Oh.
turn around from investigating, and 2 of your allies are just missing. They're just gone.
If the gems you said they change shape and stuff, can we put them together?
You put them together, and there are distinct objects that do not mesh.
Okay.
You know, at this point, can we bring them with us?
Yeah, you unsocket them, and you can put them in your pocket.
No. Okay.
What pocket?
You guys are still wearing your clothing, like
It's not
your
our
regular
clothes, we're not
clothing.
butt naked.
Yeah. But you look
Prison
down the
pocket.
hallway. What'd you say?
Prison pocket.
You just gotta keel it real hard. It'll be fine.
Oh God.
Don't move too fast; it'll just all drop out. But you guys look over to the left where you guys came from, and through the wall, Thorfinn's head sticks, and he's like, "Guys, this way. We gotta get out from here." It vanishes again.
Still not convinced we've found everything here, but I mean, we can go. Should we bring the chair with us? Sorry, what's your name?
Oh, yes, my name is Polly.
Okay, should we bring Polly the chair with us? You
Yes.
want to help me, Kanan?
You should bring me.
Yeah, okay. I'll help you with it.
Otherwise, I'll just try and drag it myself, but it's gonna take longer.
2 of you, no problem whatsoever. You guys make your way over through the wall, and sure enough, the chair goes with you. You're able to will yourselves together, and you find yourselves reappearing above on the street level, and you kind of get pushed around from the different entities walking around, the humanoids that are roaming the streets. It's like your ethereal selves is not able to pass through whatever comprises of the self, and it like pushes you off, and you kind of pinball off of the creatures until you're brought into the air. You go a little bit higher, and sure enough, you see this brilliant river that flows forever, and it eventually in the distance curls on itself and continues in a different direction, and it seems to transcend the entire landmass here, all across as far as you can see.
Can I will to be near the water?
You start to immediately float into the air and effectively fly into the space above.
Okay, I'll pick up the glass container that I picked up earlier and take some of the river flying water.
Sure. What's the rest of the group doing here?
I want to fly.
You will it, and you're in the air. You're floating.
I'm gonna keep my feet on
I
the
can
ground.
imagine he's doing the swimming motion.
Kanan, give me a perception check. Goldar, what are you doing?
I'm just looking around stunned. I have no clue how much is happening here right now.
Give me a perception check, please.
To be fair, a lot has happened.
Norbak and Yubo. Norbak, are you going with Yubo or are you just floating?
I want to go with him.
Okay, cool. You two start making your way over to the river, and it is a lot further than you anticipated, and it takes a little while. But while you guys are making your way up, that ever swirling white light in the distance, even further away from the river, is just, it's enticing. It's warm. It's welcoming. It almost beckons you to come to it and be a part of it. You guys continue. And as you get closer and closer, you're maybe 100 feet from this river. I need both of you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Goldar and Kanan, you guys pick up that a fair distance away, a small flecks of black energy seem to have like popped up out from the crowd and are starting to slowly navigate up, undulating towards the distance above. What the
What the fuck?
Okay, no problem. Not only do you save incredibly, you also see that there's black energies coming towards you. You guys aren't very far from the river.
We're not very far from the river?
Not at all.
And where the black spirit thing or
By the ground,
spectre?
a distance away. But you do see that they have your attention has brought them aware of your location and starting to undulate towards you slowly.
You should have brought the chair.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna rush to the river and try to get some water as quickly
Yeah,
as
do that,
possible.
please.
Okay, you guys float quicker and quicker and quicker, what would be the equivalent of dashing through midair, and eventually you can take this glass object, you place it into this ever-flowing stream of energy. It's not liquid by any stretch of the imagination. It seems to be small flecks of what would be like a combination of glitter and condensation that flows smoothly with one another. You put it into the stream, and it slowly collects this whatever it is, you're not sure, but this essence, and it does stay contained inside this glass container.
Can I touch it with my hand and just see if it sticks to my hand just very quickly? I'm just trying to figure out what it is, essentially.
Yep, sure, no problem. Give me a second.
Wait, why is he pulling out dice?
You put your finger inside, and it does. It feels cool to the touch, but you immediately, it's like you're heightened. Your magical potential seems to be just incredibly blown out of proportion as you feel your finger piece by piece starting to disintegrate into the stream. You pull it away, but you still take 7 points of raw damage. There is no element associated to this of any kind. You're just a piece of your finger just disintegrated into the stream.
Here I was
Quite
about
really
to
fucking
eat it.
damage.
I'm glad I tried it before.
You would
Put it in my
have
mouth.
died.
Could you imagine? Holy shit. It's like drinking bleach.
Don't touch it, Normac. This is not great. I just like look at my half finger at this
Yeah.
point.
It's like, but it looks tasty. I mean, I'm glad you did that, but it looks tasty. Come on.
All right, let's rush back to the chair and the others because there's these black shits coming out of us.
Okay,
Whatever it is.
Let's go.
two on the ground. Are you guys doing anything while this was happening? You guys saw this blackish energy coming in because you guys would have had a reaction to do things before these two had seen them.
Is there anything around us on the ground?
There's people. There's buildings. No one seems to pay you guys any mind whatsoever, but there are entities that are roaming the streets of Winterfell. You're just among them in an entirely different plane.
I was about to ask. We're basically in the streets of Winterfell, or it looks like the streets of Winterfell, at least for us. Okay.
Correct. You two are starting to...
Well, considering those black shadow things, at that moment when we saw them, they didn't see us since we were on the ground, so I probably would have tried going stealth and not being seen or something.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Trying to blend in with the other people.
Probably did that too.
Alrighty, not a problem. The two of you guys start to make your way back down, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, not gonna successful.
You're very not sneaky.
I would be very
Yeah,
dashing.
Surprising for someone so low to the ground.
This is ridiculous, man.
I didn't even have to roll disadvantage because of my armor and still failed.
You guys see this?
No.
Is that a 1?
That's
I
a
don't
3.
really see. A 3.
It's a 3.
Nice.
So some things don't change, even when I roll, when it matters for me. But you guys,
When it matters for you.
you
it don't
guys
matter.
start to dash down, and the other two blackish energies, one seems to get distracted immediately, and it's like it's a lot quicker than when they were moving towards you, but it seems to switch and dash over towards another direction. You can see a lot closer to its location. There was another spirit that was wisping towards the swirl in the distance. It goes over and seems to amalgamate with its form, and after a moment it bursts and the white energy goes away, and this blackish energy grows just a little bit in size. The other one that was to your right seems to be slowed down of sorts, and you can hear Thorfinn shouting in the distance, "We're being helped, hurry, let's go!" And you guys dash down quick and are met down at the bottom with beside the chair and your two allies, who are, well, literally, there's like a single post, and they're just like, they're not hidden.
Everybody can see you guys. I don't know what the hell you're trying to do.
I think a blind man can see your ass. Come on, stop. Are you even trying?
I would try to pour a little bit of the substance on the chair.
It starts to glow in that same humming light that you saw from the scroll and from the basin.
Just dump it.
Okay, so it keeps on glowing, or
Yeah, that
it's
section
just-
that touched it, it doesn't disintegrate, unlike you. It starts to glow and hum
Hey,
that
just dump it.
coloration.
Hey, how do you feel right
What-
now?
I feel great. I feel a lot better.
Should I pour more, or
Yeah, just get, please get me
do you
out of this
think it's
chair
a good
farm.
idea?
Get me
Okay,
some. I don't want to be in a chair.
Don't
I'll
pour all of it.
I'll pour most of it, but I want to try and keep a little bit just in
Oh
case.
god, this feels so good. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Please just pour the rest. Please, it's so close.
Okay, I'll pour everything then.
Kanan, are you doing anything specific?
No.
Okay, yeah, you pour the rest, and sure enough, eventually, as the entire liquid has started to pour across the backing, the main seat, the arms, that bright light that's humming fills the space, and then you hear that same pop of sound, and on the ground below you is a red gem, and the chair is gone.
Okay. Well, let's pick up the gem. I guess we should go back into the room. It's also gonna probably hide us from the whatever black thing is. What do you guys think?
I wonder if maybe we could
need
get,
to.
It's probably better than being up here.
Yeah.
we could get a little bit more of that river. Maybe
I mean,
that we can use
Do
that
you want to be
against,
chased by those black things? No.
No, but maybe we could use that against them.
Yeah, maybe, but we can also, die in the process. I'd rather, right now, let's just move on, and we can
Okay.
try later. Like the river isn't going anywhere, technically speaking.
We might, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's beside the point, indeed. Alright, I would try to push through the wall of where we came from. Well, the room we just came from.
Easy enough. You will your entire body in essence to go through the floor, and you do. You descend down and below the ground back into the same space you were prior, and you see the fox structure in front of you still there. Rooms, the other two still open, and that one recess in the wall that opened there as well.
Okay. I guess we should try different gems in the statue and see what happens.
Okay, let's
Okay.
take a 5-minute break because I gotta go to the bathroom insanely bad, like super
Okay.
bad. I drank too much liquid too fast. Give me a second.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you're not allowed to leave.
Make a stealth check to make sure you can leave without
Oh,
us
dude,
noticing.
it's one of those things where like
Gotta
you
make
got a
a persuasion
hunchback
check.
walk.
Yeah.
I'm about to fail the strength check. I'll be right back.
It's a constitution check if you can hold it in.
At this point, it's agility to see if you can go fast enough to the bathroom.
It's like 3 different checks.
I hope he rolls a nat one. Doesn't make it.
Guys, how do you feel with having only like one less finger?
Hey, you didn't need that finger.
Which one did you use?
Hopefully it grows back. I would have
You
used my
didn't need
right
that
hand.
finger. You cast anyways. You don't need that.
It can be useful if you want to poke something, like if you want to poke your eyeball.
Just use your middle finger. It's more disrespectful anyways.
Yes, that's very accurate, actually. I'd use
Yeah,
my pinky.
At least you have a reason to use Mage Hand even more.
I guess.
No, it's just your mage hand is also missing a finger.
It's just mage finger at this point.
Mage finger.
Mage Hand with only middle fingers.
I would love that.
Just tell everybody to fuck off with a mage hand.
It'd be great.
Hey, Potato.
Which gem order should we try? I feel like red should go in the chest.
Red?
Maybe.
Yeah, we have a
I
red.
mean,
Basically, chair disappeared and red gem appeared in their place.
Okay, then I overheard that.
yeah, I think we should put I think the red makes sense. One for every color, for every direction. That makes sense.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, we just start trying other shit. I get just more
Yeah.
gems.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 blue eyes, maybe 1 blue, 1 yellow. The order of which.
Heterochromia eyes. Yeah.
Exactly.
We should probably try and be quick about it. I don't know if we really, dodge the specter. And from what we saw, nothing good come out of these things connecting with us. So
Hey, do you really want to find out the hard way?
not really.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We should just rush it. And just be as quick as possible. That's exactly what I was saying.
We could try to get some more of that
Yeah, I agree
river
with
and
you.
put it in that basin.
I just don't know if it's like we need to be very quick about it because we don't have any means of teleporting with you not having your bow, so we can't really get out of Dodge.
No.
And if that thing connects with us, who knows what's gonna happen? We might just die.
Yeah.
We don't
I'm
have magical
pretty
weapons
much-
with us.
I mean,
pretty
we're
much
already
useless.
dead. We just probably not exist or just stay dead.
Wait, I can't really cast Goldar. Can you try and cast something?
No, I can't do anything right now. I have little strength to attack. I don't have any weapons I can use dexterity with, and I can't cast without Magia. So I can throw books. That's what I picked them up
So
for.
all I
and
heard
that's
was
about
you're
it.
just a dwarf.
I'll be honest. I
I'm
don't
a-
know if I want to try to cast something like at this current point. So if I'm not gonna risk it, seeing as how the last time didn't exactly pan out the best way possible.
Can I summon Mira?
You try to tether into the magical potential you have, and just not able to find her.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You are a half caster, so that makes sense. It's a good test.
So, gem,
Yeah,
statue.
red gem in the chest.
Okay, you place a red gem in the chest. You start to rotate the structure, and to the south, you watch as the wall disintegrates and again gets shunted to the right from those same structures or those same symbols that existed from the floor and start to go. Norback, as you approach the south here, you can see on the ground there are pools of water, which up until now you haven't seen any type of liquid or other than the stream, which even the stream itself didn't have water flowing through it. It just had that essence that existed. But here you can see vivid below your feet, splish splash as you can touch it with your toes, pools of water. And kind of sticking your head in, it is humid coming through here. The walls are drenched with water, and there's starting to the beads of water that collect and run down to the floor. It's warm.
You
It's
are a
very
bold man, Norback. I would never stick my head through another liquid in here.
No,
I've
there's no
stuck my
liquid.
head through a fucking portal before.
Yeah, that's true.
do
There's
you
no liquid. It's an open space. The hallway that
It's
trends.
just extremely humid.
It's extremely humid and warm. The heat's radiating from
That
across.
just sounds like Florida.
Oh, way to the left. God, you're right. Yeah.
I
You're
guess.
perfectly
Like,
adept for it.
honestly, right?
I'll stay behind a little bit. Then,
Pussy.
Well, okay, I don't have a finger. Fuck you.
I mean, you're the idiot who stuck their finger in the.
You would have
whatever.
ate it anyway.
Wait, hey, we don't talk about that.
Just be happy I took the hit for you.
No, I can still just make fun of you for it, and
Shut
I'll
up and walk
100% make
forward.
fun of you.
Stop being annoying. Go.
Says the person who never shuts up, and I'll just walk away.
Yes, but somebody has to distract you.
you start to walk forward down the hallway, and that humidity and that heat just gets more and more and more intense, to the point where the clothing that you're wearing, which for you admittedly isn't a whole ton, but even the wolf pelt that would be on your waist is sticking to your body. You have to constantly like pull it off of you because it's that bad. But down the hallway you start to see that there's a brilliant orange light that starts to emanate and start to get brighter and brighter and brighter. It's about this part, 3/4 of the way to the end of the hallway, which more space. You see the end of the hallway down there, and it turns again to the left, where that bright orange light gets brighter. The floor here switches from worked stone to plates. They're dark black and seem to have some of a sheen onto them, but they're plates, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller as the hallway goes forward.
What do you mean by plates?
They're about like if you were to take a large boulder and cut it through in like a cross section and take that, it's like that type of a plate.
Yeah, and it's just basically just solid stone.
Yep, solid stone, but it's not stone in its normal sense. It's pure jet black, and it has a sheen to it. You only see the sheen because that
like
light.
obsidian, basically.
It is
Just
obsidian.
keep walking
Yes.
for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So look at me
Just tapped in. Nice.
pulling
Yeah.
the thing all the time. Can I make like a nature check just to see if I can understand what the origin of the humidity would be?
Origin of the what?
Of the humidity. Like, why is it so hot and humid in here?
You would just know. It's hard to know. There's no nature check to make because you're not seeing a source of it, or you're not.
Yeah, there's no-
right.
yeah.
You know, just like anybody else would, that it's either a body of water that's really close by to a heat source, or water or liquid is poured into heat. Like, you know what I mean? The usual sources.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to make out anything else otherwise. Kanan, are you doing anything in particular? Your friends and allies are moving forward beyond ahead of you.
I guess I catch up with them.
Okay. Norback, you turn the corner, and ahead of you now, you have to like almost wince and close your eyes as this bright orange and yellow light is just attacking you. The heat here is painful, but you're able to look and see ahead of you that the room stops altogether and inevitably opens up into an entire chasm, and below is full of lava. You can just see small bits of this in the distance from where your perspective is, but the pathway crumbles into those obsidian rocks, but just floating ethereally in the middle of this massive expanse, and turns to the right.
Yeah, I'll be basically tell my teammates here. Yeah, this is gonna suck trying to get down this hallway. There's a pit of lava.
Well, that's great. How hot is it at this point?
What
From
do you
your
fucking
perspective.
think?
Okay, the reason for my question is you are currently holding a stick of wood. So, like, maybe you should, and clothes, like, maybe you should be careful not to be burned by combustion if you're too close to the heat source. That's all I'm trying to say here.
I mean, there's floating plates we could walk on somehow.
I'm throwing one of the books I have to Norbeck. Throw it ahead.
Oh, okay, I'll just throw the book ahead.
Let's see if it combusts or something.
It's as it gets closer and closer, you watch as it starts to catch on small cinders start to come off of it. It makes contact with the obsidian rocks, passes right through the rocks. Like, it seems to have a little bit of a give, and then falls through, and you can see flames start to come up from the direction that it fell, below your vision.
Oh, nice.
I like that. I'm not very agile. I wouldn't see that yet, but
I'll throw the stick of wood at the plate.
With this positioning, it kind of places on the small plates that are placed together. It's like the debris from a meteor that's flying through space, right? Like, there's just small pieces of rock and obsidian stone that are just, it happenstance placed in this path, and then eventually the obsidian rock gives way and it drops as well, and the flame comes up.
So you gotta be quick.
And light.
Well, not exactly late. It's just
let's get the big fat dude first.
Well, when a book was enough to, walk its way through obsidian, then us stepping on it would probably dive bomb in.
Maybe not.
I mean, both items took probably about roughly the same amount of time to fall.
Yep.
Whatever.
Were they a different weight, like significant different weight, or basically the same thing?
Well, pretty damn close, I would say. It's a book and like a leg that you got off of a table,
Right.
and they're fairly thick books.
Is there any like small rocks around?
No, there isn't. Other than
So
those,
it's just this
obsidian plates.
pathway.
It's just that pathway that as you
Okay,
start to go
well.
further out into, you can see that the room is large. It's fairly large, and that depression down into the lava below is about 15 feet from your current location. The
Fun.
path does curl to the right though, and off to the side from your location.
Well, at this point, I would probably yell at Ken, and you're probably the most agile of us. Maybe it would make sense for you to go first.
Fuck, okay.
I mean, I could go first. I really do not care. I mean, you guys aren't gonna do it half the time.
I mean,
Hold my
you
beer,
guys
I'll
can
give it a
figure
shot.
out which one go first. I don't.
Nah, I go for. I went first down the hallway, so I gotta see it through to the end.
All right. I'll follow from far back.
Oh,
You're a
sorry.
dick.
I'm gonna do this real quick because Thorfinn is. I'm just gonna use him for this purpose.
Yeah,
here.
vision.
Yeah, for vision at least. Because this room is so damn bright that you guys can see ahead of you. Norback, you can see just a glimpse of it on the right side, but there seems to be some type of a rock spire. There is a solid ground spot, probably large enough to hold one person, but it's concave and it goes up into this jagged spire. But it seems to be some type of script written on that rock there in the middle. And the path
Okay.
leads right to that ledge.
I'm gonna prep myself to try and gotta go across these rocks.
He stretches.
What?
He's gonna do his stretches and get limber for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put your foot out just to test it, and you have probably a second before the rock gives, and you can pull your foot back.
Fuck.
You gather that there are, like, precariously placed larger rocks that you can get a good enough footing to dash across this. Okay, give me, and actually, I'm gonna let you narrate this. How are you gonna cross this? How do you want to
Since
go
I
about
only-
this?
Since I only have a second, I'm just gonna try and look for the biggest rocks that can give me the best footing and push off of these rocks as hard as I can, so I can have to step on the least amount of rocks.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Then in that case, give me acrobatics check, please.
Can I make a perception check and try and see what would be the best path?
Yep, give me a percentage check.
Acrobatics, regular, and I'm not fucked.
You ready yourself, Norback? You analyze, you watch as they're just kind of like undulating, right? And you see a pattern where they start to line up perfectly, and you take your opportunity, you dash out and do exactly what you said. Pressure off of one different plate, and you're literally just like hopping off of one or the other. You guys are watching. Literally, the minute he makes contact and shoves, that rock gets shoved out and like entirely ejected into the lava, skids, and then eventually undulates back into place, and the lava pours off of it. Norback, you're able to find yourself out and onto the plate in the middle, where there's only enough space really for one person, but you are what the hell? God dang it. There you go. You're on the rock spire right there. You have to like launch yourself and grab yourself on the edge before you accidentally shoot yourself off, but you're currently there. And in
God, I
front,
think I gotta do that again. Anyway,
you see
What
in
do you
front of
see?
you, there is the symbol of the Allfather, the Triforce, that is embedded into the wall. You can also see below it there are two dots that are brightly emanating light. Above it, 5 more dots that are also brightly emanating light, and underneath it, those same symbols that you saw earlier. And you blink for a second. You swear to God, you swear you could make sense of it. You blink again, and sure enough, those symbols start to make sense. And
I think I'm losing it.
it said, you read on it, which for you is a feat, but you read that it states sorry, I had to but you read on there that it states, the betrayed shall find their solitude, claim your rightful place, lay your hands.
My hands upon what?
That's all it says.
Can I like try and touch everywhere on the stone or something?
Yeah, you're starting to touch around, and the minute both your hands touch the symbol, everybody else watches as a bright flash of white light happens and Norbak's gone.
Guys, he's no longer there.
What?
Yeah, they didn't say anything, just touched the stone, and then maybe he was teleported
look-
somewhere. Maybe he's dead. Or deader.
What did it look like?
It was bright white light.
Yeah.
Everybody would have seen this. It would have bounced off the walls, off every surface in this room would have basically shown that white effect go through it.
I mean, maybe
traveling
we
through
should-
the hallway.
Hmm?
Like the light travel through
Yes.
the hallway.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's any change to this room we started in. See if that light affected anything.
Nope. The room is still there. You can still see the fox with the gem, the red gem in its chest. The eye sockets are present.
Okay, well, I guess I'll try to touch the stone also by going there.
Okay.
Does me finding I made a roll for perception to see what the best path is. Does that give me anything to the athletics check that I'm gonna be doing, or?
Yes. So
Okay.
you watch as Norbak, this white light flashes across, and now taking a look around, you watch as those obsidian tiles start to rearrange. They're starting to reposition themselves and almost create a bridge. They seem to be tied together much closer than before.
Oh,
You have a
Okay.
fairly clear path to get to the rock.
so can I just try one stone, see if it sticks? Like just like put my foot on one and just see if it
You place it.
disappear?
It disappears, but it takes a lot longer. It takes 5-6 seconds. You feel comfortable being able to just walk across, stroll across this.
Okay, so basically I'll dash through it just to be safe.
Yeah, you dash through and you find yourself, sure enough, to the rock. And watch behind you as that time passes, the entire bridge crumbles behind your weight and then slowly reappears and forms again.
Yeah, it's not too hard to get through. And I'm guessing I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not guessing. I will be looking at the.
Yeah,
The rock, essentially.
you see that Triforce. You see the different symbols below, and again, the more you spend time in front of it, it starts to make more and more sense to you. And you read the same message, that the betrayed shall take their rightful place. Lay your hands.
I'll yell that to the group and tell them I think we need to put our hand there, essentially on the stone, and I'll put my 2 hands on the stone.
White light just explodes across the room, down the hallway, Kanan. Before you even get there, you see another burst of white energy come past you, and Yubo, you're gone.
Alright, guess that's the way it goes. I've dropped the books since I can't take them along and have something free anyway. And yeah, since everything has reformed, I'm also just dashing forward.
Okay, all right, no problem. You dash across the obsidian plates, and sure enough, it depresses behind you after a little bit of time. But you do make it to the spire in the middle, and I should have moved you out to the side. Sorry.
I remember the words and then also place my hand.
Yeah, not
Let's
just
pray.
remember the words, but you can read this, Goldar. This to you is again astonishing, but you're able to make sense of the symbols now. But you place your hands and white light Kanan, you see again emanate through the room, and they're gone. Thorfinn, who technically would be beside you at this point, since you guys have a little bit of a deeper relationship, would be like, should we go? Should we just make our way through? They already went.
I still want to investigate that room a little more before I make the jump.
Okay. All right, I'll go with you just in case.
Okay.
And he follows you back to the initial room.
Okay.
Oh my god, I actually just realized I haven't been showcasing the room this whole time, but that's okay. Not a big deal.
You've been doing what?
I just haven't
He
projected
should
the
know this
battle.
train.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's not a huge consequence, but you can still see it. But okay, anyways, yeah, you're back in the room here. Nothing
Okay.
changed.
Can pull the gems out?
Yeah, sure enough, the 2 blue gems from the eye sockets come out, the red gem comes out.
All right. So I'll give one of the gems to Thorfinn, I guess the red one. I guess that'll work for me. I think. Or is anything changed with the basin?
The basin is still there, but no, nothing else.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, no, the basin is still, this basin is the exact same condition as it was. That recess is still in the walls. The rooms are still open. You have the gems in your hands, and they're the ones that were on the eye have reshaped themselves into the shape of the gem that was in the chest.
Okay.
Thorfinn, I imagine, I'm just gonna say for the sake of this, because he was like the mule for this, he still has the other gems present on his person. He still has the yellow gem. Yeah, he still has the yellow gem on him.
We had 2 yellows in the eye and the red in the chest.
You had 2 blues, a yellow, and a red.
Oh, okay. Let's do the 2 blues and then the red.
Okay, you're gonna switch out the different combinations.
Yeah.
The red and the 2 blues were already done. That's how this door opened up.
Okay, then the 2 yellows then, and then the red.
There's 1 yellow.
Okay, just try different combinations.
All right, okay, no problem. You start to just sock it in a bunch of different things and keep rotating. It takes you the better part of like 10 minutes. It takes you a little while, but eventually, sure enough, you do manage to create another space. Can I not collect this damn? You know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna draw it right here. You create another space on the bottom right between the south and the eastern wall. As the space there, also the symbols show up and spread open and create another indentation. Inside, you can see 2 arrows that are pried across like a cross. What is it called? Cross arms. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Usually it's swords and a shield, except these are the 2. These are the 2 arrows that are on the wall, just stuck there and fixed.
Is there anything else with the arrows, or it's just 2 arrows?
There's 2 arrows in this space.
Okay. Can I remove the arrows?
Yeah, you go over, you grab them right off, you remove off the wall, and they're in your hands. You do a bunch of the other different combinations to double check and do your due diligence, and you also see that in the ground right here, as you rotate and put the red and the blue sockets in the eyes, the ground itself depresses, and a few steps go down to a large wooden, like a rectangular shape, and it's very large. It's maybe 6 or 7 feet wide, and Thorfinn does his trap checking thing, and if I wanted to be mean, I would say he probably fails automatically. But he does his trap checking thing, and you guys open the chest, and you find inside of this entire empty space a singular stack of cards sitting in the middle.
Oh shit.
There is nothing else in this box, but you see a stack of playing cards right in the center. You pick it up and you look around, and they are beautiful. They are dark blue, gold encrusted all over the space. You can flick the lid open, and inside it looks like it's a full stack. You've got many cards here.
Is there anything else in that room, or is it just the cards?
Just the cards in that box. You try all the other combinations, and nothing else works.
Okay. Can I try putting the arrows in the fox's eyes?
Nothing happens.
Nothing. Okay. What is it? It's just playing cards.
You take the cards out, you start looking through them, and the cards have a variety of different looks to them. You can see different imagery across the board. Some of it looks like it's got goblins on it. Some of it looks like it's got very different bizarre creatures. One has the sun and the silhouette of another creature walking away. Just a collection of things. You're not sure.
Thorfinn, have you ever seen any cards like this before?
Looks at it and is like, no, not really. I mean, they're playing cards. Maybe they're like trick cards or something. Maybe they're, I don't know. I mean, we could pull a card, or we could wait for the guys to take a look at it if you want.
Think we should catch up with them and let them see what we got?
Yeah, sure. I mean, why not?
Okay. Well, let's head back.
Okay, you guys make your way through the space and all the way over to, God dang it, I keep forgetting to switch my tools. You make your way all the way over and to the rock in the middle, and again you watch as Thorfinn places his hands and white light spreads, and he is missing. Again, you walk up and all your allies are gone. You do the same thing, place your hands, and white light. You don't see it, but you vanish. You guys all effectively are disrupted. In this moment, I'm gonna switch over. In this moment, you guys feel your bodies shaking. You can feel your person being disturbed, and hands that are coming over and touching and disturbing you in all the wrong places. And all of a sudden, you blink a little, and you're in an entirely different room. And the color has come back. You're not ethereal. There's no wisps of energy around. And there's some humanoid figure to your right that is currently in the process of, you look over to your allies, and Thorfinn's body is still limp, but you see this hooded figure in the process of derobing and taking all of his personal belongings and throwing in a chest to the right. They don't seem to have noticed that your eyes are opening up individually at different times.
Are my eyes opening up?
Yep. Norback, yours as well. Goldar, yours as well.
Are we all in the same place, or are we like scattered in that room?
A quick glance over, you can see your allies are stacked on top of each other. This seems to be some type of a disposal space where dead corpses are brought, processed, and then eliminated and taken care of.
Can I pat myself?
What?
So where the hell are we?
You say that. Go ahead.
Discreetly, so I would discreetly try to hand the cards over to Goldar, see if he knows anything.
Well, before you can even do that, Norback, you said, where the hell are we? Yubo starts tapping himself, and the hooded figure is just like, ah! And then quickly gets up and starts bolting it out was trying to bolt to the door behind you guys, which you didn't see before. You have, well, actually, depending on roll. Well, give me oh my God. Give me a initiative count to see if you can grab him really quickly before he vanishes and is out of your grasp. Since you're reacting.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Myself,
I rolled a 5. So
okay.
Yeah, your 9 beats me. You quickly spring up, run over, and grab him by the cloak, and you're able to hold him in place before he's able to escape the room. Kanan, yeah, you can give your cards to Goldar.
I know. Can you restrain this dude just before he go and warns everybody that the dead woke up? I'm assuming there's a bunch of corpses around.
Okay.
No, in this room, other than the 5 of you, there are no other corpses. There's a lot of dried blood on the floor, but nothing else. And you start checking your person, and yeah, your belongings are still on you. Outside of Thorfinn, who most of his stuff has been removed and placed into an open chest to the right, which he has now woken up and is starting to reclothe himself and place everything back in where he holsters them. Nothing seems to be missing at a cursory glance.
Do I feel tired, like exhausted, or anything?
Yes, you do. You feel like you had the shit kicked out of you, and every hole on your body is currently leaking. You look around, everybody's at 1 health. Blood is coming out of your ears, dried. Your nostrils are crusted, like when you were really sick, you wake up, and your eyes are bloodshot red. Everybody's beaten and bruised here in this kind of situation.
I'm gonna lie, guys, I feel like shit.
That makes all of us. Just so you know.
I just groan.
We're back in our bodies now.
Yes, you're back in your actual selves.
So why did we die, and why are we alive, and why are we here, and what the fuck?
Let's make sure we got everything. Like, do we have everything that we had when we died?
You again, cursory glance, and
I
you
would
do
like pat and check into the bag.
You pat. You've got everything that you had on you in a very quick glance. Yes.
Is everything still in the bag of holdings? Goldar?
Let's give it a check.
A little bit of a deeper analysis than just a quick cursory glance, because that bag of holding requires you thinking about an object, reaching in, it pulls out. It's not just a look inside, right? So it take a little bit of time to look through all the crap you've stored in there.
Meanwhile, I'm sure the dude is fucking
Oh
terrified.
yeah, no, he's well. Yeah. Right now, the quick pat down is easy enough. So he's still currently being restrained in this moment.
That won't hurt you. We just don't want you to alert everyone. We're trying to figure out where we are right now. Actually, where are we?
You were dead earlier, like 2 seconds ago. What do you mean?
Well, we're clearly not right now, so.
You're in the morgue.
No, we're not.
There was a morgue in Winterfell? That makes sense.
Well, I mean, that would be expected.
You guys died.
Well,
Yeah, but dying kind of sucks. So I don't know how we're
decided
here.
not to.
What? You see, he's just like genuinely, he's like, just please, just let me go. I was just doing my job. I'm not trying to do anything. Just let me go. I just want to live.
Did you take anything from our body?
I was in the process of taking things from your body, yeah, but I didn't take anything. I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, that's fair. He's just trying to do his job.
Yeah.
We still should search him first.
Okay, give me an investigation check, Goldar, if you're
Yeah.
walking over and searching him. You search his body, and on it you find a scroll. It's a set of instructions provided to him, and it says on there by Karn, an individual who is requesting that all the bodies be stripped and belongings be dropped to him.
Who's Karn?
I don't know. I just get these things from my boss, and I have to just do them. It's kind of the deal, you know?
So I'm assuming your boss is not Karn.
No.
Okay, who's your boss?
My boss is Trelub.
Prolub. All right. Where can we find your boss?
I don't know, probably upstairs somewhere.
All right.
He kind of runs the place.
You'll be surprised to see people who were supposed to be dead are not dead.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often.
I would assume not.
It's a little weird.
What time is it right now?
It's pretty late. The sun's not up anymore. You guys, you don't remember anything. You just died. You don't remember this?
I mean, we were fighting, and then everything kind of, it's complicated.
Yeah. No, you died. Like there was like a big gorilla thing, and it exploded. It killed so many people outside of the fight, and you in the fight.
What about the other team? Did they survive?
The big guy with the armor, the other person lived. The wizard guy, they did okay, but they took the bodies for the other two. They were dead. So I don't know. I didn't have to process those apparently.
Martin was dead? Oh. Well,
No, that's the other guy.
yeah.
Isn't he the wizard guy?
He's dead. It's the Martin was the fighter.
Oh,
The wizard and the rogue died, if I recall correctly.
I get the names all
It's just the
backwards.
rogue that died.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe it's just the rogue now.
The two people
I
lived.
think
Could have been him.
I think the wizard would have died from the explosion since
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had
yeah,
already one failure
was down.
on the death save.
No. So, okay. Anyway, is there anybody else who's like expected to come into this room right now?
Oh no, it's just me, just taking things and bringing it up. But it's just,
Okay.
can't imagine they're gonna want to wait too long.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
You
Okay.
got one health. Just remember that.
Yeah,
And
how many
exhausted.
spell slots would I have left? Because I only used one during the battle, so I
You
guess I still have two.
You have none, because you technically died, so you'd have none. You guys are depleted out of everything, right? Because death would have been conclusive. Everything
Yeah.
would have left your person, so you have none. But Norback, you kind of start progressing down the hallway a little bit. Are you leaving the guy behind you, or are you taking him with you? What are you doing, Norback?
I'll leave him to the guys to deal with him.
Yeah, I'll hold on to him.
Okay, Norback.
Not like aggressively, but just like stick around basically.
Yeah, not aggressively, just
Yeah.
holding him by the shirt and shouting in his face after having just coming back from the dead. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hand him
I
back his
mean,
scroll. I have no new
Do you
use
think
for it.
we're not confused from just not being dead?
He takes the scroll. He's like, I don't know. Okay, I just doing stuff I'm told, man. I just want to live. You start going down the hallway, Norback. It's about 10 feet, and then you see another door with light that's coming through. And on the other end, you can hear two people specifically having a conversation right now. One a bit of a deeper voice, and he's instructing the other people to go and get the entire area, the arena space cleaned up and get all the people out, because they weren't expecting death tonight, and they have to clean and wipe and scrub this place to the floor. And the other person says, yes, of course, sir. Yes, of course, sir. And runs out.
Cool. Can I just walk out and be like, man, I feel like shit.
Well,
Yes.
all of us should get out.
Yes, you do. You burge into that room, and the person turns around. You see in front of you is a dragonborn individual, and they are green scaled. Turns around, and you can first initially see like there's just a sheer surprise in their face, and they kind of put their finger to their face and say, "How are you alive?"
Trust me, I would love to know myself.
Are the rest of your friends alive too?
Yeah, you go talk to him. I just want a drink.
Yeah, I would wait. You'll have your opportunity for your beverage. Just hold on.
I suddenly feel like I've made a mistake.
Oh, I mean, it depends what you define as a mistake. I think this is a wonderful opportunity.
Fuck.
And you can hear a voice bellow down the hallway and says, "Come on through, fellas." And the other person in your hands just like, that's Trello.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of everything, so I'll just like keep the dude around. Just not like hostage. Like, I don't really want to hurt him, but just like what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
Should still check into the bag of holding if we still have everything, but
Okay. You guys start one by one making way over into this space. The room itself is fairly well kept. It's got beautiful furniture and a nice desk where this individual has now walked around and taken a seat, propped their legs up, and they're starting to have a conversation with the five of you as you guys make your way into the space. He says, "Curious, any of you care to explain to me how you're not dead? Since Big Man here does not have a clue."
yeah, I think you should check the bodies better next time.
No, you don't understand. You were dead. Like,
I mean, that's your vision. Clearly, we're not.
what the hell? Weird.
I mean, you call it weird. I call it lack of skills.
May need a new job. Not very good at it.
If you don't mind, we would like to leave.
No, I don't need a new job. This is my job. This is my business. I conduct all these events. I am the one who runs these. So no, this wouldn't exist if I wasn't here. I don't think you understand this.
Well, here's the reality. We didn't die, so we didn't technically lose anything from this tournament. I'm assuming this is a tournament, right? That's what
Yes.
you're talking about?
Yep, this is that. Yeah, that's 100% exactly what I'm talking about.
Right. So we didn't die, so technically we didn't lose. And also we were not shunted when we fell down, which was expected. So I don't know what type of organization you're playing right now.
Yeah,
It's not going too well.
that
You didn't check your dad. You didn't save us when we were supposed to be saved.
It was not a doing of my design. The design for this particular tournament happened to be just a fun, entertaining fight. Not death.
Here I thought
Fun
you were
or
organizing it.
entertaining.
I was. Sometimes things happen that are out of my control. Just like your death. Not in your control. I'm sure you didn't want to die, but
Alleged death. Alleged.
yeah, it's quotations on that. He's like, sit tight. I'll be right back.
Where you
I'd
going?
rather you not leave the room right now.
What are you gonna do to stop me?
Well, I can figure a couple of things. Right now, I would rather understand how the hell we got into the situation we're in right now before you leave the room and go get people to arrest us or whatever you think you're going to be doing.
Take a seat.
I have no idea what you're trying to do right now.
I'm as confused as you are. Honestly, I just want clarity. I want information, and I was gonna get people to help me explain it. But if
Can I
you
make
want,
an insight check to
Yeah.
see if he's...
go for it. Oh no, he's lying through his teeth. He's
Alright, what do we
straight
see
up
around?
lying. The room itself, you've walked into a room that has a different hallway that goes out a different space. So there are 4 doors here. The one he was gonna get up and move towards was right behind him, and then the one that you came to, and there's 2 left, one ahead of you, one to your right. But he basically points to you and he says, "Take a seat. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out what exactly happened."
Alright, do I see any light from the exterior, or like it's like a? Is there any window essentially?
Not
or-
in this room.
And all the doors are closed.
Yep.
And there's one of them that's where we came from, essentially.
Correct. Yes.
Alright, I would probably just tell the guys, like, just look through the doors, maybe. Like, just can you guys check around if there's anything? Like, just, I mean, we're adventurers stuck in a weird position. I would assume that would be the natural type of things, but just make sure
Bonfire
nobody
section.
comes in and nobody leaves, I guess. That would take a seat.
What the rest of you guys doing?
Kind of peek out the door, I guess, and see where we're at. See if I can get any more information on where the morgue is.
You make your way over to any one of the other 2 doors, I imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
I'll
make your
peek
way
out the other door. He's not peeking in.
you make your way over to the door directly ahead of you, let's just say, and as you go to reach for the handle, and he says, that's not part of what we just spoke about. We talked about information and having a conversation. No need to be going through my home. I wouldn't do that to you.
So this is where you live?
You see him sigh a little. Sure. Since I've already... Yes, this is my home.
So savers the trouble then. If you don't want us roaming around your home, I understand that and I can respect it. How do we get out of here?
There's 2 ways to leave. There's either you die, which I will personally make sure happens this time, as you're not in any condition to fight, clearly. Or 2, you deal with the person that orchestrated your death to begin with, so that I don't have to die. That's it. Those are the 2 solutions that I can see here.
I mean, now you got our attention.
So
So-
you just told us die or die is all I heard.
No. You said fight or die. I can fight. So let's go. Let's explain. Why are you at the risk of dying?
Well, listen. If you're hosting an event as such prestigious gravitas as what I would make available to the benefactors, and now all of a sudden one of them seems to want to get excited and usher the execution effectively of the ones that are in the ring, and they don't die, that's not ideal. He also happened to be talking about some key. He wants a key. Do you have a key?
No idea what he's talking about, to be honest.
Make a deception check.
Jesus Christ. Can't help myself. When I need a good roll, I don't get a good roll.
He's like, listen, if I'm expected to be completely honest with you, then I expect you to be honest with me. If you
I'll be
have the
honest with
key,
you, I know you were lying earlier. So about being honest, let's
touche. Regardless, what's said is said. How about this? I will make you a proposition. Since the benefactor seems to think that you're dead, and you're clearly not.
and would like to keep it that way too, by the
Yes,
way.
and I would like to keep my life intact as well. I will make you a proposition. You give me the key, which is what this person wants. You give me the key, and I will personally escort you to safety and out.
What does
I
this
don't think
person
it's a
want the
good
key for?
idea for you.
What'd you say, Kanan?
What does this person want the key for?
I don't know. I don't ask questions. I just do.
We don't we
You're
still
asking
need
us
that
a
key
lot of
for
questions.
something?
I don't need to ask questions. It's not my job. If I was in the question asking business, I would. I'm not.
So I'll be honest with you. We got the key, or whatever seems to be a key to these people. We got something appraised, and we were told that this item would link to a powerful being, and that they are essentially that person can see where the key is effectively, or be able to know where the key is. If we give you the key, who knows what's going to happen to you?
It's not my headache. I don't think you understand. I don't have any intentions to keep the ring. The benefactor is waiting. They wish to have the key. You should be dead. The key should be on your person. I should have it by now, and I already have it en route to be delivered.
Did he tell you what the key looks
No,
like?
we didn't bring the key with us. We have it in a hidden location.
Make a
Right.
deception check. Like,
Goddamn. God, you guys gotta really get better at lying.
Hey, that's valid. That's good. Keep rolling like shit.
Cannon is a great liar.
you see him just go, oh my god. Where is it? Where's the key?
I'll tell you that.
There's I can't tell you where it is. There's a temple at the bottom of the lake, and it's at the very bottom of the temple.
I mean, that's where we used the key. We didn't feel like we needed the key.
Yeah, we just
anymore.
left it there.
Where is this temple?
Do
Bottom
you
of the
have a
lake.
map? Well, do you have a map? I can point to where the temple is.
He's like, yes. Opens a drawer, takes out a scroll, spreads it out, and he's got all of Midgard on the map.
I would point to the temple that we went to, essentially. Like, not trying to lie, just trying to tell him that this is where the key is.
You
Well,
sure? This is where it is.
That's where we left it.
I mean, to be fair, what else is gonna go down there?
We
He
left
kinda-
it to be guarded by a powerful entity, but, you know.
He crosses his arms, leans back, and he says, okay. I'm a man of my word. I will see you out. Do not be seen by the benefactor. Because if he sees you,
What's
Nothing.
the benefactor's name? Do you know anything about him? Because I mean, we need to know who should not see us at some point.
make a persuasion check. Listen, I wanna reiterate this because it's very one-sided conversation. The group has access to this conversation. You guys are active members in this situation. If you have no interest in your survival, that's fine. Tell me, because I will directly have a conversation with one person. This is supposed to be a back and forth, right? So let's do that.
Back and forth.
I don't want to butt in too much, because as soon as I have to make a persuasion, deception, or any check, then I'm gonna roll badly.
That's
I
fine.
have 8 on that.
But dude, you would just rolled a 9, and he's a charisma-based character. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Kanan has a +1 to deception and rolled a nat
Novak
20.
rolls like 20 when he's
Yeah.
doing intelligence checks. So like,
Exactly.
it doesn't mean anything.
Half the
I'm
fun
just
of
not great
D&D.
at talking, and I kind of didn't help by walking in and saying hello.
Yeah,
essentially.
half
you
the fun
didn't.
of D&D happens when you fail rolls. That's my experience with D&D. It's not when you succeed, it's when you
Until
fail.
you die, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean that's true, and the DM just wants to see you die, which, you know. But regardless, he's currently just sitting there just like, listen, I can't tell you the benefactor's name. That would be directly foolish of me. Client privilege and all.
Understandable. Can you tell us anything? Look, it's in your best interest for us to know who it is, because, or at least something about him. Otherwise,
Now, how do
can
we
this thing
avoid him?
hidden? Yeah, how do we avoid something we don't know?
I don't know how to help. Listen, he's a well-dressed person. He's currently upstairs. So don't come back. Stay out of view for a little while. I don't know. Go find a hole to go in and slowly sulk and die in for all I care. I don't know how to help you. Because
Well,
my
that's
current
fair.
my current goals is to go upstairs, tell him that you schmucks left the key in the temple at the bottom of a fucking lake.
So
How are you?
how would
gonna
you know that?
be able to tell him this?
You see the dilemma? Do you see the problem here?
Okay, I can tell you how you can do that. Maybe tell him you use the spell. Speak with the dead. That's a known spell that I'm assuming that.
I can't do that.
Why not?
What the fuck do you mean? I don't have that potential.
Well,
Not
if
everyone's
you
a
hire
magic caster
someone,
like you.
you just go to the university and hire someone. That way, you have someone on your payroll, and you can say, "Hey, that person did that," and that's it. Now you have a story. Look, we want to help you here because it helps us. To be perfectly honest,
I just want to leave. Get something to eat.
you want a beer. I understand that, but just chill, dude.
But yeah, dying would probably be. Dying would not be preferable. That's the words I'm looking for.
Look, we will hide. I'm just trying to tell you, there's alternatives for you to, get that sorted out. Do you need like a piece of paper or something with like where we left it with a map? Would that help you convince the benefactor?
Do you have that?
I can do it now. I have a hand. I'm assuming I also have my finger, but
You don't. The piece of your finger's missing.
okay. Shit. Anyway.
Yep.
So I can draw, I guess, without the finger. I can try to draw you in the map where it will be.
Okay, do your
And
best.
sign it.
Do your best. Write it out.
All right.
You don't have to sign it. Do your best.
Kind of just do a map and put an X where, like,
You're drawing a pirate's map.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, I get it. You're like a dotted line that goes around a bunch of circles. The X meets the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You do a. Give me a performance check just so I can see how well this looks by the end of it all. But
I really
Given
hope it's like a
everything.
child's drawing.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Of course it is.
It is awful. It literally looks like somebody used crayon and just drew like the shittiest roadmap possible. But
Give
I
it to
do
me. That
think-
looks terrible. Let me try this.
Oh no, I think I should try. I typically go first anyway, so I typically see it first, so I would obviously remember. That makes
Norback,
sense.
give me performance checks.
This is going nowhere.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god!
Bro.
What?
Oh, that's great. Oh my god.
I
that
clearly
is
need to make more persuasion
freaking great.
steps.
That checks out. Kanan, you go in after the dodgy work that Yubo put on this paper, and you're like, I can't make heads or tails of it. I'll just connect the dots together. Sure. And you start to like basically connect the dots, and Norback comes up or out of nowhere and just. It's like a child that throws a bunch of markers in a chest or in like a pencil case together. He does this, and somehow magically one of them just like draws it really well. Where it not only does it connect you to where it was written, but also somehow maps out the direct path to get there. And the guy's like, "This, you know what? You know what? This will do. This will do. This will do. Just get out. Just leave. Just
Novak, I didn't know you could draw. What the fuck?
I didn't either.
causing more problems than you're helping.
Alright.
Leave.
Let's
I
just
mean, you
leave
got a
Alan,
map,
please.
so
I hate that you're right, but yes, I do have a map. Leave. There's nothing else. Just go. God, please.
okay, bye.
Alright.
Just leave. He's like, that's
Where
the
do we
door.
go?
He points to the
Thank
one
you.
to the right, and he's like, just go. You'll eventually come to a grate. Wait till there's nobody around, and then leave.
All right, we'll
Fair enough.
leave with. I'll make a stealth check just to try and be stealthy while leaving.
You're like, sure. And he sees you like slink a little bit, and like Mission Impossible. So he's like, there's nobody. Just, you know what? Bye.
There's nobody yet. It fits with the role, by the way.
It does. It really does. He's talking to you as you're like slowly shimmying across the walls, and he's like, it's everybody can see you. It's bright day.
Shut up. I'm trying.
Eventually, you guys all go through this hallway one by one, and eventually do come to a sewer grate with like a little bit of water runoff that's making its way down into another grate that empties and washes away. But you wait, and then eventually it gets a little bit quiet, and you're able to jump out of this grated area, and you are in an alleyway up above in the Winterford streets yet again. And all around you, you can see some of like the homeless folk and whatnot. One of who is very quickly you're able to discern both with Thorfinn's passive perception right now and with yours, Yubo, that this person is making it look like they're homeless, but they're very, very like diligently keeping an eye out and watching what's happening in the alleyway. They don't pay you any mind whatsoever, but everybody is out in the hallway. You guys are.
I would act like I'm crying
Okay.
because I came out from a morgue. So I want to be in mourning.
we come out of
basically.
He came out of a sewer grate. They don't know anything else.
I thought we came from the
That's
morning.
another reason to be crying.
Listen, in case the message was missed altogether, the morgue is a secret location that is
Yeah,
designated
okay.
to get rid of corpses. Right? It's not
Fair
normal
enough.
stuff. So no one's gonna expect that. Oh
But I'll
my
still be
God.
crying just because.
I mean,
I
yeah,
get
to be
it.
fair, he came out of sewer, great.
And I'm in pain right now. Everything hurts.
Yeah, oh, for
guys,
sure.
we should go rest. Like this is.
Yeah, definitely need to rest. But Thorfinn and did notice that beggar. Is he gonna do something?
No, Thorfinn is not gonna do anything. He like the person's not paying any attention to you guys. He's just letting you guys do your thing.
Yeah, I would tell you that also. Like he's not. Just go, but like, watch your purse essentially. Just make sure because they're kind of shifty. We should go back to your master's basement and try to rest there
Yeah, we can definitely need some rest.
and lay low for a day or two.
Yeah, no problem. You guys start making your way through the city streets, and you eventually do find yourself in front of the house to your master's domicile, and you make your way in, and it is super late, so you guys are gonna do a full long rest right now. Yes?
Are the two gnomes there or the two?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I
They
would-
are already in the process of resting. They're in their beds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just make a small note and say we don't exist as far as you're concerned. Like, don't tell anyone we're here. Just like so they know, just in case. I mean, they're not the type to talk, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Of course. Okay. Anybody doing anything else before the night?
Having a ration.
Okay, no problem. You guys start to get your. Oh, I thought Kano was gonna say something. Sorry. You guys start to get all your belongings together, and you guys get a full night's rest undisturbed. Kano, what did you want to say something? I keep hearing you lip up.
Did we? So we checked the bag for all of our.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
I think we should do that before we sleep. Like make inventory of like what's. Make sure we still have the key or anything like that. And
Just don't pull it out if we do that, though.
The key
Yeah,
is
but-
never in the bag. The key's still on a person. It's never been
It
placed
was in the bag of holding, so
No.
we couldn't be seen. Yeah, we did.
I
That's
thought,
the first thing we did when we evaluated it. We put it into the bag of holdings.
No.
The
Is it
ring
gotta-
is on me.
We
not
did.
The
We did.
the key is in the bag right
the
now.
key was
Yes, the
key was
in the
on
bag.
Yobu, and the moment Athena told us that it could be used for scrying, we put it in the magic bag. So
Yeah,
it's
I remember the
in a
conversation.
different plane.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Okay, cool. All right,
Fine.
that's. You guys are so lucky that it's in the bag right now. Holy shit.
That's why we put it into the bag.
You guys would have gotten tracked immediately. Like,
Yeah.
We would have waken up and
No.
it's just.
You would have never
be dead.
woken up. He would have just executed you in your sleep. Like that's
Oh,
it.
we just
That-
wouldn't have woken
yeah,
up.
that would have been the true end of the campaign. Like that's it.
It's like, well, you guys are idiots. You're dead.
There's nothing else to be done. And make new characters. We're gonna do a completely different arc, and you'll hear about the death of these 5 idiots. But hey, whatever. Okay, cool. You guys do your long rest, no problems whatsoever. You wake up. The 2 gnomes are already upstairs. You can hear the clinking of pots and pans as you imagine they're starting to make breakfast and get themselves ahead of the curve for the day. You start to go through your bag, Goldar, and you do find that all your belongings are in your possession. At the same time, Yubo and Kanan, you guys find out that you still have the objects you found in the Ethereal. For whatever reason, when you came back with these objects. The scrolls are still in your possession, the
Scrolls.
arrows are in yours, and so are the gems, which Thorfinn, for the sake of this argument, is holding on to for now.
and the cards.
Yes, and the cards.
Do I still have my max hit point, or did I take permanent max health damage from the river thing?
You still have your max, it's just you're missing half
Okay.
your finger.
Okay, I'm just missing a finger. Okay.
Yeah, that was the only repercussion for that. You're missing half your finger.
Okay.
Do you guys want to take
How
a break here if anybody needs
How
to
does
get
it
up,
look
stretch
like?
your legs?
Is there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what's your question?
How does it look like? My finger, essentially.
Like it was cauterized. Almost. Yeah, it's a very clean, like cross-sectional, but yeah, nothing
Okay.
too big of a deal.
Okay.
Jesus, dude. That almost got dicey.
That shouldn't have
almost
worked.
got dicey.
Everything is fucking dicey right now.
Oh my
We
god.
could have probably played that like 100 times better, but no.
Yeah, not walking into the room right after
Yeah.
somebody tells you that their boss is upstairs is probably a good idea. That would have been
You know, my
You
head
almost
hurt.
killed
I
us
wanted
all.
to go get a drink. You know, it was just really. I wasn't thinking straight. You know.
But it was fun.
All right, so let's not do that. Stop going into random rooms with 1 HP. Like, come on, man. Like,
I knew I
common
felt
Oh
when
my
the
God.
moment I said I'm gonna walk in the room, the DM
Dude.
took a second. Wait, okay.
Yeah, literally, he was like, "Wait, you're not dead. You're supposed to be dead. I can
It
kill
took a
you."
lot of my brain power to try and get that conversation going one way.
Well, yeah. I
tired.
mean, that's the thing, though, right? Like D&D is so much about the group having these conversations and not one person. That if it's just the
I
one
made
person, it's
a beautiful
extra
phone.
tough.
Are we on a break right now? I see Goldar's
Yes.
not there.
Yeah, we're
okay,
taking a
I'm
break.
gonna go pee. I'll be back.
Yeah.
But yes, get out of the room like that, dude. You freaked me out. I didn't know what to do. Like,
Hey,
Yeah,
I was gonna
figured it
kill you.
out. Oh,
I was gonna kill the whole group again.
yeah, we were gonna die for sure.
You guys are so
Died.
lucky that Kanan rolled it out really well. That's the bottom
Yeah.
line there, right? I was gonna kill you all
I
again.
just, this the moral of the story: always lie.
I mean, sure, why not? I
That
guess
somehow worked out.
it
but
did. It's seriously, you lucked out
We
so
need to
good.
see what happens though, like in the future, because now we technically send the Rashaka, whatever the thing, to the Naga, technically speaking. So
Yeah,
that's
but-
gonna be interesting.
You don't
but that's
know.
the Naga's problem.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know any of that, but like,
Yeah, I know, meta
Me, I
wise
know.
for what the
yeah,
the
meta-wise,
arc,
yeah.
for the story.
Yeah.
That's true, 100%. There's currently a Rakshasa on its way to deal with a Guardian.
All I
Naga.
know is that there's a benefactor that almost killed us that is going to another creature that's very powerful, and all I know is I'm gonna
Now-
pit the two
now-
together at this point.
Now the question is, who's gonna win?
Well,
Or
we
are
don't
they even
know.
gonna fight?
Probably
Guardian
not,
Naga?
because I'm assuming the Naga is gonna say, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
Yeah. Well, the Naga will say that there was a key that was present, but it isn't here. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it has no
It's like, who's
reason to
lying,
fight him.
Saxon?
It's a true neutral creature, unless threatened. It has no reason to fight. So-
It's
I
all
don't,
a-
I don't
it's
know
all
the
a matter of-
personality of the Rakshasa. I don't know.
Well, the benefactor. The benefactor. We don't know what it's gonna do. So at this point, at least put it towards another powerful
yeah.
entity and just
was-
put
Put it
distance. Just put
way
distance.
over there. I agree.
Maybe the Rakshasa thinks it's lying and attacks it anyway.
Exactly.
Ah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah, I'll need to go pee.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was crazy. Oh man. I seriously I thought that Hubo's character was holding on to the key this whole time.
Mm.
I thought the conversation you guys had was, well,
Okay.
now we know it's shitty. You should give it to us. And he's like, well, somebody should hold on to the key. I thought that's what it was, and I don't remember, but
So when we kept, like, everybody kept saying stuff about, like, checking in the bag, that was like, I assumed that they probably took the key. That's why I wanted to know if it was in there.
that was their intent. But the guy started and was going through you guys, right? And he was trying to remove everything, but didn't get it.
Would he be able to pull it out of the bag of holding if
Yeah.
he doesn't know what it looked like or anything like that?
Yep, he was given a description for it, and so all you would have to do is think about key, ruby, and boom. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Bags of holdings are really interesting because when you steal one off of another person, you have to think about the object that's in there. So if it's money you're looking for, you reach through, and if there is any, it'll be in your hand when you reach in, right? Weapon, reach in, and so forth. Yeah.
Well, you can just
don't.
take it, turn it upside down, and all the items will fall out.
There's that option. There's that option as well too. You can also tear it. I think, like if you tear the bottom or like the
Then
sides.
it breaks and all items are lost to the ethereal.
Oh, damn! That's cool.
What?
I like that.
So we can actually get rid of the key.
That would be sick.
Why? Put that
No,
miss.
he's just talking about
Oh,
the,
just talking about the bag
properties.
of holding.
Yeah,
Oh.
different properties of the bag holding. It's cool stuff. I like it. I one time derailed the campaign so hard with a bag of holding by accident. Oh my god! It took us like 30 sessions to get back on track. It was awful. We were like 6 levels above what we should have been for that. By the way, you guys leveled to level 5. Actually, we'll do
rested?
that. We'll do that at the ending.
Yeah.
We'll do that at the ending.
do that later.
Regardless, I'm just excited to tell you guys. You guys hit your level 5 milestone.
Yeah,
Fine,
cool.
fuck you.
What now?
Fucking dope. Okay, so you guys wake up, and as you guys are starting to make your way up and over to the group upstairs, what you guys are starting to like, it's bizarre. It's almost like you have a different taste for your space and surrounding. Food seems to taste a little bit duller, and even the interactions with those around you seem to be of less quality than it was prior to being dead, or prior to the events that just unfolded. It's at that time. Sorry to interrupt, but it's at that time that Yubo. Actually, it would be Thorfinn. You guys are having breakfast, and Thorfinn says, "Whoa! You guys see that too?" And he points over to your guys' wrist, on the back of your hand. He says, "I see the Do you guys see the Triforce on your hands too?" You guys look down, and sure
Look
enough,
at my hand.
on the back of your hands, you see the Triforce that is emanating energy. It's not glowing, but it's emanating energy. And
Shit, I
above
always
it,
wanted a tattoo.
it looks like a tattoo. Yeah, it looks like a tattoo that was made out of like fluorescent paint almost, but it's white, like sterling white, ivory almost. The two different things. There's which says it's ivory coloration, but above it there are 5 dots, and underneath it there are 2 dots, and it's exactly the way it was with that rock spire in the middle of the lava room that you guys had crossed. I'll find a picture for you guys here. Right here.
Well, that's neat.
We saw this on a book once, right?
Could try to open the book. Who knows? But I mean, we should probably chill out until the benefactor is gone right now.
I mean, they don't expect us to still be alive.
Yeah, but I mean, sure, but still, if you just come face to face with the dude, he's probably gonna know.
I mean, he probably won't kill us in a temple, right? Right?
That's the symbol, chat right there. That's on the back of their hands.
I mean, probably not, but you know, maybe.
We should probably still lay low for a while.
Yeah.
Making a stir at the temple is only gonna get us killed.
Fine.
Okay, well, you guys.
Eldar, can you make anything from those cards? Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Give me an
I
Arcana
wonder.
check.
Nope. Never seen something like that before. I can use Identify later.
Can I look at it? Maybe I know about it.
Or I can draw a card. Only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, you start to go through these deck of cards, and Yubo, your memory starts to connect about a mystical deck of cards that is spoken of only in legend, and you're unsure if this is specifically that deck of cards or perhaps another. But looking at the pictures, some of these match exactly to the description of what you've heard of. But it's said that that deck can provide boundless wealth. It can provide everybody's deepest wishes and hopes and desires. But it also has the ability to take everything that person holds dear to them, including their life and any personal possessions, material possessions. It's just the luck of the draw. And you're not sure if this is exactly that legendary deck or not, but it matched some characteristics.
Yeah, it reminds me of a deck that. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's a draw of the luck. It's one draw
Feeling
card.
lucky.
You can try it, but just make sure you give us your stuff before, just in case.
What? That'll be fine.
Just wait on the table.
Let me
Just
hold
put
your
it away.
gold.
I would love to try and draw a card.
Already shuffling the cards.
You already
With a grin
fucked
on
us
his
up
face.
once today.
That's true. You already shat the bed at some point today. I mean,
You sure you want to
How
try
many-
your luck? Because so far your luck is.
It's actually been pretty good.
You guys,
well, yeah. Sure.
listen. By no means does a person, any one particular character, have to do a thing. You guys can
Yeah.
intervene and just say, "No, I'm keeping the cards. Too bad. You're not allowed to have it." You know what I mean?
No, but it's funny.
How many of those cards do we even have?
You look through and there's this many. It's a
Full
full
deck.
deck.
So like 52 cards.
No, it's not 50. It's like 27, but somewhere around
52
there.
is a whole deck, though.
Yeah, but like this deck doesn't match a perfect deck of cards. Like it's
Okay,
the
fine.
full of whatever's in this. Let's just say 26.
Okay.
I don't know.
So how do we know it's a full deck if we don't even know what it is?
Because it fits in
Doesn't
the
make
sleeve
much sense.
perfectly.
Ah, okay. So a full deck for the container it has.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It
Correct.
has the entire amount of cards it was meant to.
Yes. Nothing's missing.
So none of you are gonna stop me. Okay.
I'm not gonna draw a card, and I'm just gonna leave the premise at this point.
He's just gonna put the cards down and walk away.
I'm just gonna leave the premise at this point. Yeah, I'm just out of the building. I'm going like to
Yeah,
where would I
not
go?
inside this house.
Where the fuck?
If anything can happen, good or bad, then I don't want the house to blow up.
I'm checking the map. If I have it. I don't have the map at hand, but shit. Don't go to a tavern because it's too public.
Oh.
I'll go to the library. Yeah. Or no, I'll go pray to Ron. Why not? At this point.
You better pray to God.
I mean, I died, so it makes sense to go pray to a god. But I'll try to be stealthy about it, you know, not show my face, but like a hood or something.
You storm out of the house, put your hood on, and start walking towards the Temple of Ron. What are we doing, guys? The three of you are left. The gnomes are just like, it's like this awkward, electrifying tension in the room. If you had social anxiety, this would literally be killing you inside. But the gnomes just look at each other and like, anybody want any extra bacon? We made extra bacon.
Bacon.
I
He
grab
wants-
the cards while he's distracted by the bacon.
Easy enough to do. It's a big distraction to a big guy. You have the deck of cards in your hand.
And it disappears into the bag. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. Toss it in the bag. The bacon comes out. Norback is delicious. Perfect crisp level. They feed you
regret
guys
nothing.
really well for the next 5-10 minutes. No problem. You guys finish up. Norback seemingly... Well, actually, you know what? Norback, give me a perception check. Goldar, give me a stealth check. Or sleight of hand, sorry.
You rolled the same.
What? Dude.
Thank God it's a nat 20.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Norback. That's a nat 20, brother.
But come on, same
I'm
number.
sorry, man.
I
It's,
nat
rolled
20.
Oh.
it's a nat 20 though, dude. I'm sorry, okay?
I feel scammed.
Dude, the dice
I
roll
mean,
the way the
you've
dice
been
roll.
scammed.
I rolled a 19. Come on.
He rolled a nat 20. What do you
I
want
don't
from me?
care about him.
Yeah, you come back none the wiser. You're just so happy about the meal. You're happy about the bacon and everything, and you get a nice pint of alcohol. Yeah, safe away. You're good. No one saw it, Goldar, but you guys are all good to go. What are we doing? You guys have the whole day ahead of you. You know, one of your allies just went to the Temple of Ron, and that's it.
Alright. What plans do we have? As I said, we should stay on the low end at least for a day or two, maybe even more. So I guess I will dig myself into the laboratory below and yeah, work on my blueprints again. I still have to finish that.
But I'm really curious what's in that book we saw at the Temple of the Allfather.
I've still got that note from Martin that he wants to meet with us after the fight. I wonder if he survived.
I doubt he'd show up since we died.
I'm gonna go check it out
Yeah.
just in case. He obviously
didn't-
had something important to tell us, so otherwise he wouldn't have been pulling
Did he
my
write
boots and,
anything where or when to meet? Or was it just...
What did it say? Can I do a memory check?
Make a history check. This is why we write notes.
This is
Well,
why
to
I
be
have
fair,
teammates.
He should have a physical note on him.
Yeah,
You
I
should,
have the note.
but I'm making him do it. Okay? DM has told you guys countless times, write your damn notes.
Yeah, but that takes too much time and effort.
No, not really. I have
Not at
a
all.
whole notepad.
Okay, I mean, fine. If you want to keep rolling like a god, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it specifically said in there that he wants to meet you at the Drunken Cat and to show up at like dawn, or sorry, dusk, closer to nighttime. It'd be in there.
So, does that mean that was already yesterday?
It's still the same. You guys woke up the same night. You guys were narrated that.
Right, on the note, he said meet the next day.
Yeah, it was after the fight.
Okay.
He said to meet the following night.
Oh, okay, that makes it clear.
Yes.
All right, then that's definitely something that we should do. Anything else?
Okay,
book
So
is-
that's gonna be. So we still got like a whole day before we go there. So maybe we could go to the temple and see if we can get any answers on some of the things we saw while we were, like the ethereal river and those demons or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely something interesting. Did you remember the lines that we found there? Let me just write it down for you. Just so we have it in written form and don't need history checks.
Are you talking about the cipher?
Yeah, the cipher and what was on the.
So the
on
cipher
on the-
read when the banished have risen, the gods shall fall. Brothers will fight brothers, and Queen Hell will bathe in the bounty of betrayal.
Yeah, that one I got. The second one I only have halfway.
What do you have for the
Stone?
second one? Yeah, the stone.
What, pardon?
What's the half that you have?
I only got the beginning. The betrayal shall find their solitude, and afterwards,
They'll find their rightful something or other, and then it said
salvation. Yeah.
salvation, yes, and it was to place your hands on this. To place your hands. That's all it was. Yeah, the second half was just to place your hands on the stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
I mean, it's just instructions, but it won't hurt to show it over.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I guess we can get some less conspicuous clothes and walk out.
You guys gonna do a clothing session?
We need some hoods at least.
Oh my
I don't
god.
think.
Yes, I like this. You go and you go to the bazaar because you're directed there, and you find a fairly interesting little person with a bowl cut that is currently, I say little, but he's a human, just shorter. He's like 5'1" human, and he's selling a bunch of textile clothing. Different colors and patterns, paisleys, your normals, your like lumberjack, plaid style, everything. And you see him coming, he says, "Welcome, friends. How are we doing today? Would you like some clothing? I've got all the clothing you could think of. You name it."
I see this accent is very native to Vladimir.
Yes. I've got all the clothing you can think of. There's so much here you don't even know. What do you need?
All right. I'm looking for a cloak, big hood, maybe a bit magic looking.
Sure. Magic looking, I can do that. That's not a problem. Do you want something from the exotic lands in the desert, or do you want something that's just more like me, like little people, regular people?
As long as it covers the whole body and has a few decorations that look like it could be from the university or could be magical, that's enough.
Okay, fine. If you want to be boring, that's not a problem. I can definitely do that for you. Yeah, that's good. That's here, and he like takes out a bunch of clothing, puts them on the table, and he says, "Yeah, these will run you about 5 silver. You know, they're so nice and beautiful. The paisley makes you look more wizardry."
Good enough for me.
Good man, good man. He takes the coins really quickly. He's like, "Good doing business with you. Come again."
Okay,
I'm done. You guys?
I just want some kind of like long cloak with some kind of big hood I can pull over.
There's not the problem. I have browns. You look like the type of dude that really likes the brown clothing type of style stuff. Do you want that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
Okay, no problem. He goes and he takes off like this large trench coat style draped hoodie, and he brings it over and he's like, "This will cost you about let's just say, I don't know, 3 silver."
I'll pay 2 for it.
2. Here. 2. What? Make a persuasion check. Get out of here. It's like, dude, what do you think this is? This is we don't haggle here. We're running an official business. Not okay. Okay, you pay 3 or you pay 4.
Okay, calm down. It's just a suggestion. I'll pay the 3. That's fine.
Crazy guys. You can't play. To pay the 3.
I'm gonna have a heart attack if this is how you handle trading. I'll pay 3.
Can't believe you believe this. Do you believe this guy? Huh? He comes in here, takes I just have Agos prices for it. What a guy! Huh? It's not very cool. Okay, not very cool. I come from far away and trying to make a living for my family, and this is what you're doing. Yo,
The
this
trader
guy.
became like Italian from New York real quick.
Listen, Indians live there too, all right? Oh, if only Vinny was here. Yeah, he gives you over the clothing for the 3 silver pieces. Norback, you pick anything up?
Yeah, sure.
What type of
Hey.
style?
Well, first, it has to fit me.
Oh, that's not the problem. It's okay. You think the only big people live here? Come on, that's ridiculous.
I mean, nothing in specific. I just need something like a cloak covers me up, makes me look not just less sticking out, even though I'm a lot tall.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. That's not a problem. I have something really cool that came in recently. If you want that, it makes you shorter.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. What are you laughing at, Hunter? Guy?
Spent some time in Scotland.
Fuck.
He's been all
I
over
don't
the
want
world.
to say it, but yes, this is a well-traveled merchant.
I've been everywhere. Okay, you don't even know. You don't even know. Anyways,
even
yes,
know.
I have this beautiful. No, I have this beautiful cloak. You'll love it, big guy. And he goes and he reaches out a special, like, beautiful box, and he brings it to you. And he says, "This cloak right here, this one will make you shorter by 2 feet. It takes 2 feet off your height.
So I'll be regular person height.
Yeah, you won't be such a freak anymore."
Hey,
Sorry.
that was uncalled for.
That's a nice way of saying you're not like everybody else where I come from.
Oh,
So yeah,
I don't believe you.
I make an insight check.
This is so dumb. I love it.
Seems to be telling the truth to you. No, seriously, like
Fair enough.
it just means that you're like a really distinguished, more than not like that guy. And he points to gold dollars. Like, you see the little like regular stuff that dude's wearing. Like, you don't want to be like that guy. You want to be like a little bit more, you know?
You do.
Yeah,
have
I'm
a
giving in
point.
this stink eye.
Yeah, well, he sees it. He's a businessman. He doesn't care. You want this nice one? This one will make you look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This one is okay. Costs. He's just like, okay. And this one's gonna cost you 11 gold.
I don't. Why is it so expensive?
It's magic. You think
Yeah,
magic
but,
just floats
why
around on the streets? Come on.
No, but why the weird number of 11? Why not an even number like 10?
I like the number 11. It's my favorite number. What the hell, man? I just said that you were like cooler than everybody else, and this is what you say to me. That's not very nice. I didn't say that you were weird. I said you were cool and that you would like not anybody else around you. You know, come on.
You know, yeah. I'm sorry.
So 11 gold? Yeah.
I love that the dude called you a freak, and now you're the one who's sorry.
Yeah, 11 gold.
Like, this dude's been sleep so hard that he doesn't even see it.
Oh god, this is literally what it's like walking through the bazaars in India. I shit you not. He takes 11 gold, gives it to you. You put it on, and instantly Goldar, you look away, you blink, and you're like, what the? And Norback is 2 feet shorter.
Well, I'll shock you at the new perspective of being like smaller.
Oh yeah, it's insane. You haven't had this height like perspective for at least 10 years. Since you were like 11, you've been 6 feet and or old or taller.
I mean, it'll be funny to surprise people now when I just instantly grow 2 feet.
He's like, oh yeah, that will definitely surprise a lot of people. Okay, thank you for your business. Come again, tell your friends.
I'm gonna grab something for Yubo that's less conspicuous too.
Do you want
He's edgy as hell.
do you want boring clothes too for like your friend, or do you want something special? You know,
I want the most boring clothes you got.
the most boring clothes. Come on, man. Okay, that's fine. Fine, I can find your boring clothes, no problem. And he goes over and he's looking at it and he's like, well, shit, I don't have boring. I don't do. You know, I got an idea. Hold on a second. And you watch him go behind his thing, and you hear him like just say like, listen, okay, I swear to God, I will buy you a drink if I can. Just give me your clothes, okay? I have a customer that wants clothes. Just give it to me. And the guy's like, but I swear, he's like, Gah! And like walks back with like this most ragged clothing you can see that's probably not been washed for weeks. And he's like, I got the most primo regular clothing you could possibly get. This is like top shelf, regular.
Why does it stink?
It comes with the territory. You know, you want regular. This is about as regular as you can get.
I'm not buying anything that smells like that. You gotta find me something else.
Well, shit, dude. Listen, I call this the true regular experience. This is the street life experience. Whoever wears this, nobody will ever think that anybody else. They'll just think that they're the same person as everybody else walking on the street. Could you smell like the street?
It's from the fashion line, the commoner.
It's from the fashion line, the commoner.
Okay, well, wash it or something, then I'll buy it.
Okay, no problem. I could do that. That's okay. And he goes over, you watch this basin of liquid. Who knows what? He just dunks in a bunch. He's like, rubs. He's like, how about now? Huh? This is good, eh? You can smell it. It's a little bit better. It's not the whole ton better, but like this takes a little bit of effort to take out. You gotta like put some elbow grease on it.
Now it's soaked.
Yeah, what he said.
Alright, how much you want for it?
5 bronze pieces.
Copper, not
Copper.
bronze.
Five copper. Bronze is even less,
Alright.
but I forget. Different land, different currency. You know, yeah, it happens from time to time. 5 copper pieces.
I'll take it.
Okay, good man. And he like gives you some homeless dude's clothes. He walks behind the tent and he's like, see, I told you I'd get you a drink, okay? Take these two and get the hell out of here, okay? I don't want you ruining my customer clientele. And you watch some like dude who's like completely butt naked run away from behind the tents. And he's like, okay, I see you next time, okay? Bye. Tell your friends. What are you still doing? You leave.
Alright, we're out.
Okay, God.
You guys will walk away. He continues his haggling nonsense with a bunch of other people. Same energy, same nonsense. And eventually, you guys walk through the crowds and the busy streets to the temple district yet again. And again, like last time, it's the same level of busy, right? There's no fluctuation of people that do or do not worship here. You walk up and you can see Hugo is currently having a conversation with some of the other priestesses of Ron. Interesting, the only male individual who is present with or among them. And eventually he does take a knee down and puts the chalice out in front of him and starts doing his prayer, as you've seen him do many times before. But you are in this courtyard. The basin of oil in the middle is burning bright and large. You know what, Hugo? Actually, everybody give me a perception check, please.
Since I roll very well, I'm assuming I'm gonna have like it's gonna be something totally like useless.
That was like, what the hell? I saw an 8 on my screen for your 20 roll. How do you have a plus 12? The rolls of dice on the screen are drastically different than what's showing
Yeah,
up.
sometimes it completely screws you over.
Yeah. I'm so used to just looking at that and auto applying stuff. Okay, you start to look around, and you go first. You're showing up to the temple district itself, and on your route, you see a few, like, it seems to be like pods of traveling, I don't know, like priests almost. Full dark brown drapings with rope around their waist, and they're walking away, but past the temple district. And as you get to the Temple of Ron, you actually see one of them, the cluster pull off to the side from the road near the temple district, close to it's like this old dried out tree for the most part, just bark at this point and hollow. But one of them takes their hood off and they're completely bald. And he's kind of talking to the other ones, and you see him kind of like point over, and then he says, "Okay," and he ushers the rest away. But he kind of sticks around and like it seems like he's trying to hide, and like near the tree, and is watching over into the happenings of the temple district. And that's when you're approached by one of the priestesses of Ron, and you start to do your conversation at that point. But at Goldar, tailing on the back end of Yubo, along with a little bit of help from your teammates as well, you guys also pry in on the same information, except what you guys catch after the fact is that hooded figure goes off to the side, throws their hood back on, and has a conversation with another individual who you catch the back of a tattoo, just the tail end of a tattoo on the back of their head, and it looks like it's an arrow with like a northern arrow pointing upward on the base of their skull. And that person also throws their hoodie on, and they continue their way down the street away from the temple district.
I would make the association in my head that it's the same type of guys we saw fighting the priestess of Ron, since it's pretty burning to my head at this point, since it was a Ron priest encounter.
Yep.
I would actually point that out, that I met people like that to the other priests of Ron there. They were priestess of Ron. Like that these people with the same type of shape were attacking other priests of Ron, just so they were aware.
She actually does tell you, she's like, "Well, that's I mean, that's bizarre, but the people you're able to get clothing pretty much readily available anywhere. Have you met that weird guy named Jasbir? He runs the textile shop in the market."
I'll go see him later.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a little aggressive. Be careful, but he's interesting. Interesting fellow.
I'm just letting you know that that type of clothing. Did I see the tattoo? I'm assuming I saw the tattoo too.
No, you didn't catch the tattoo on, because this was another individual that met the one that you saw. But they tell you, regardless, we've seen more of these groups of individuals that have been coming through. There's actually interesting a temple that was just constructed. They bought out an old section of area not too far from here that they demolished and started building this beautiful space. And honestly, they don't seem bad. They've been helping the homeless and trying to do their part as well. But
okay, well, just know I had a different experience. Just be careful.
Sure. They I think they call themselves the Nato.
The NATO?
The Nato. Yeah, the NUTOJ. The Nato.
Quick question: did Thorfinn share with us about the figure that was outside of the sewer watching everybody?
Yeah, he would have. You'd have been like, "Oh, by the way, that guy's sitting there doing."
Well,
this.
I mean, I saw it too, I mentioned it. So
I think I might, while y'all are gathering information, I think I might put on the homeless clothes that I bought toss you both the robe and then go back to that location and see if I can blend in and notice anything.
Yeah, we'll come back to you then while you're trying to
Okay.
make your way back over to that alleyway. Goldar and Norbak, you guys walk over to the Temple of the Allfather, and again, there are people tending to the flame inside specifically that is burning, separate from the large basin, the main collection space in the front. But you can see the different acolytes and the brethren that are walking around. What do you guys want to do?
Let's approach one of those people who is just walking by and ask for Kenlu.
Okay, they very quickly, no problem. They said that he's in his office right now. They walk you over, knock on the door, and you are allowed access inside. Kenlu is currently sitting down at his desk and sees you guys come in. He's like, "Oh, listen, any trouble or information?"
No, we just wanted to look at the book again. That's about it.
Oh,
We had a very interesting experience that may be related to it.
really? Certainly, come on in. He like waits for the door to shut behind him, and he goes, opens up the table underneath, takes the thick tome out and places it. Still locked, still in the same condition as prior, but it's currently sitting on the desk in front of you. What's so interesting? What's changed? I just saw you yesterday. It's been like 11 hours.
It's a longer story than you would think.
I mean,
I just take out my hand, uncovered with the tattoo. I don't know if he sees it or not, and just lay it on the book. Let's see if something happens.
there is no tattoo in the back of your hand. Even you don't see it. You start looking at what the. It's not there right now.
All right. Anything happening to the book? Probably not, but
Well, the book is still on the table. You guys are like, you're not, unless you're interacting with it, it's a different thing, right? But you're currently
that-
sitting away.
yeah, that's what I said. I take
Oh.
out my hand, and in case the tattoo is still there, I don't know if he sees it or not, and lay the hand on the book,
Okay,
just trying to see if anything happens.
when you take your hand out and unsheath it from whatever glove you're wearing, and you present it, there's nothing. You don't see a symbol. He doesn't see a symbol. But when you touch the book, it starts to brightly shine. Like it's like it touched something or interacted with something that seems to bring it to light. And sure enough, in that exact moment, you feel the latch that was keeping the book shut give. And it falls over from underneath your hand and onto the table with a heavy thud. And you watch as he just stands up, and that's when he's like, "What is that? What is on your hand? I've never seen that before."
I make a fist and show it to him, and said, "Isn't this the symbol of Odin's temple? We have seen
Yes.
it several times already."
Yes, it's on the book. It is outside in the courtyard. Why is it on your hand?
Yeah, I think it's time for a bit of history checks. I detail that we had a near-death experience,
And I'll be dying.
or death experience, however you will call it. Describe the scenery that we witnessed with the people walking by, the light stream in the sky flowing.
You
And
saw.
also-
Sorry, but you saw the. No. Did you actually see the flow, the stream?
Yes.
I am not quite familiar with religion,
I would.
not that much,
I
but
would just-
that is what we saw.
I
Can
mean,
you
at
tell
this
us more?
point,
What's up, Yubo?
I would assume that the guys came to talk to me, like while I was talking to the priest, or
Kanan would have, because he gave you the his good quality clothing
right,
before he left. He did vocalize, so you know
So
that
I-
they're there.
right, okay,
So
Okay,
whether you
I'll-
want to switch and join them after your moment is complete with you.
yeah, I'll be
So-
okay. I'll
Yeah.
come afterward.
Sure, I'll weave you in afterwards. But he says he like sits back down like a heavy like thud, and just kind of blankly stares for a second and says, It's been long since predicted that all the magic on Midgard at least is tied to those streams. They travel across all of Midgard. They connect various places of power, and they give. When you cast magic or when we bless somebody, you actually pull from that stream. You borrow the potential energy that it has to offer.
I mean, one of our friends put his finger in it, and he no longer has half that finger.
Makes sense. That's raw power. That is at the essence of life itself. How is it so foolish?
I mean, if he didn't put his finger in it, I was gonna try and drink it.
I'm gonna
Forget
save
what
my
he
words.
said.
Yes.
We did find the glass container and could actually scoop up some of it, so he was pretty much just curious.
What the? You just see him. He's just like, I don't even. I want that glass. Yeah, I don't know what it's.
I
made
assume
of,
we don't
but
have it.
No, you guys would have left it most likely.
No, I have it on me.
You
I kept it
you
with
kept
me
it?
when. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still in my inventory.
Okay. He's like, that. I don't know what that is, but it's made from something that's clearly not from this plane. It's from a different world altogether. Because
I mean, it was. I think they said it was the Ethereal Plane. That was fun.
no, that's where you go when you die. To see it, you can't. There are people that can travel to the ethereal. They interact with it. They can travel from place to place. It's a bridge between safely traveling to a degree so that people don't catch wind of what you're doing. But to see that, you have to be dead in the ethereal. You can't see it otherwise. At least that's the information that most scholars have assumed, at least. But
I mean, yeah, we died. Problem is, we don't know why we're alive.
Or why we were drawn to that place.
yeah, how are you alive? You're dead. Who brought you back?
We don't know.
That's the interesting thing.
The
When
last thing
we-
I remember is I touched a stone with the symbol of Odin, and then I was not dead.
He's just like, his mind just keeps blowing. The more and more you guys keep talking, he's like, what the you guys are an enigma? Just like everything about you more questions. You should be giving answers, but there's just more questions.
I think you really don't want answers from me because I ain't got them.
Oh my goodness. Like, well,
At least we have now a clue on how to open the book, since, as you can see, it's open.
it's open. Yes.
Let's take a look.
He brings over a candle with some light already going, and you guys open it up, and inside is just an assortment of notes. And what would be the equivalent of sticky notes that are just placed on one sheet and a collage of them? Imagine that for every sheet. That's what you're looking at. There are other pieces of paper that are folded and like put in between the different pages and chapters and everything. But you're going through, and it is just a historical account of centuries. And it talks about the times of powerful beings that were technically nothing important, but came into a great deal of more like magical use, and how they utilize that to gain their position across the realms and basically become the powers to be. Give me an investigation check. Norback, give me an investigation check. Goldar, you will be giving advantage because the priest will be Kenlu's going to be giving you help. Yubo, it's at this time. Go ahead, sorry.
Can I use guidance for this?
Yes, 100%. Well, I assume that you would because it's something you're going to be partaking in before
Yes,
you get going.
It is something planned, so
Yeah,
I haven't been using it much since most of the checks previously were situational coming up.
Yubo, it's at that point that you finished your. It's been probably a better part of 20 minutes. It was just like the earth-shattering information and the constant questions and the barrages of them from Kenlu. You would have joined up with the group and give an entry just at the time where they're looking at the book right now. Wow, that's pretty good rolls. You guys filing through the book itself quickly pick up that it specifically says Odin was nothing special. He was just one of many sons of the Titans in the past, but he gave his eye for the runic power that they wield, that the Aesir gods wield today. And with that knowledge, he was able to go one by one by one, assume control and conquer all of the other realms, the 9 realms that exist. And it wasn't until he conquered Midgard that he became as powerful, and same with his pantheon, that they became as powerful as they are today. All this information is across hundreds of pages, but Yubo, you're also being looped into this information because they're talking about this openly, and Kenlu is finding the same information as you guys are, and everything. It has no account of the methods of conquering that Odin went through, just that he became the supreme ruler, the overseer of the realms, and that he lets them govern themselves. He is not like a tyrannical leader. He lets them govern themselves, and as long as they are in the purview of the Aesir gods, he does not intervene whatsoever. In that sense, he conquers and keeps claim and lets them be in their own right. You come to a separate section where you could have easily missed this very simply, but between 2 sheets that seem to be almost stuck together from residue, a sheet of paper slides out, and you pick it up, and inside of it specifically talks about the undoing. And in it talks about a prophecy that Odin and Freya had, specifically mentioning that this prophecy would lead to the death of all the gods. But Odin took measures to assure that it would never happen. And that he made sure he would make it impossible for people who were going to try to take the pantheon down to be banished. And banished is underlined and circled feverishly.
Something to that word. I just can't put my finger on it.
Because you don't have one.
You continue
That's
to
the
read.
joke. Thank you.
You continue to read through the document, and on the back end of it, you find out that Odin had 5 temples of power on Midgard, and that's what he used to siphon all of the magical energy that he currently, or at the time, needed to conquer the rest of the realms. He did so through these 5 temples that generated him all of that energy and power to allow this. And it states on there directly that one of the temples is here in Winterfell. It states one of them is in Mirror Lake. States another is in a place called Arith. One in where is it? Where did I write this down? Sorry. Another one is present in Helheim. And the 4th is missing. It seems to be like scrawled off.
The 5th?
Sorry, the 5th seems to be scrawled off.
Okay. Got some
Right,
names
not-
probably not written properly, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't remember if Arith is the correct one, just because I have my names screwed up on my sheet. But I'll retcon that later if that's the case. I might have screwed that one up, but whatever.
Yeah. Are those on current world maps? I mean, Winterfell definitely is, but are there other ones too?
Have you been to the
if
one
you
in the
guys
lake?
are here.
Yes.
Yes. So Winterfell is on the world map. For those of you on chat that want to see what the world map looks like, I'll bring it up for you guys, so you could just take a peek.
Alfheim, is that one of them?
So no, Alfheim was not mentioned. So Winterfell being one right here. Mirror Lake was the second. Helheim was was another. They're not necessarily in sequential order. This is just they're named there, right? Helheim being the last, or the other one, and then Aerith, Aireth, Aerith being the 4th that you could discern from the text. And then the 5th
Can we
was
ask the priest if he knows where the 2 last ones would be? Like pointing these 2 names. Do you know where this would be?
Helheim is the world below. It's another realm where the tainted soul, not necessarily the tainted, but the non-warrior souls go. The ones that are unclaimed by Odin as his personal vanguard, his soldiers to be in events that pertain to godly conflict.
It's a different plane.
It is an entirely different realm. A different plane is something like the plane of water, where water
Right.
exists altogether. This is a realm. It's an entire world like ours.
Finding that temple will be a pain,
Yes,
even if we can go there.
that's going to prove difficult for you. I don't know what this is. This information is about temples. I'm not sure. As far as I'm aware, the temples that we know of exist solely in these, like what we've built. This is his temple. There's no other
No.
temple to him in
No.
Winterfell.
We've been to the one in
One
the
in Mirror Lake.
Yeah, well, Mirror Lake.
What did you find there?
A
Nothing.
temple.
There was an old temple, but that's about it.
That's so bizarre. None of the texts talk about a temple in Mirror Lake.
Well, I'm telling you.
Well, I'm not denying it. I'm not trying to contradict your.
Yeah, I'm telling you that this is what happened. So I'm assuming the others also exist since we
It
went
must.
to one and
It
it's
must.
accurate.
But he's like, I don't know anything about Aerith either. I've never heard that name before. That's all you're able to discern from the text.
Is there any more pages that you guys didn't go through?
There are more text like pages that there are, but we can kind of figure out and discover that information as we go. For the time that you guys are currently spending on it, that's all you're able to discern from this. But with more time, you can figure out
Could we
more information.
bring the book with us?
He is heavily
I'm
against
asking.
it. He's like, no, nope.
Clearly, we opened it. Clearly,
No.
we're
You can seal it back up if you are worried about people prying, but absolutely not. This is clearly a direct tome that was either given to us by Odin himself or by some other miracle of a chance that it came from Asgard. But no. Sorry. This is a holy relic and it will not leave this house.
I want to try something. I'm just placing it on the table, hands off, no one of us touching, and I touch it. I want to see if it seals itself or if it remains open.
He goes and he touches it, and sure enough, latch comes, closes, and locks itself.
okay. So at least only those with whatever we have at this point seem to be able to open it. So it's relatively safe to leave it here. I think.
Mhm.
It's actually at that
And
point. I should also mention this. It's actually at that point specifically that you guys, yep. It's at that point after having interacted with this tome, all of you deep inside, including you, Kanan, even though wherever you are en route to go where you are, it's like somebody square punched you square like in the chest where your heart would be, and it like knocks the wind out of you for a second, and you take a deep breath and try to catch it. Norbak, you too. You're used to taking blows, but this hurts. This is like deep searing pain, and you all watch as the symbols on the back of your hands begin to glow brighter and brighter, and you guys take this deep breath and all of it begins to fade away, but you feel a little bit more resilient. You all analyze your surroundings and yourselves, and you notice that your musculature is a little bit denser, that you're a little bit more firm to the look and to the touch. You all have a +10 to your health. Total.
Okay.
The boon
I'll take that.
of the mark.
So we just get +10 max health.
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully, this is not the curse that comes back to bite us in the ass.
Yeah, could you imagine? -30.
Exactly.
You have to touch the book every day, otherwise it kills you.
Right.
Could you imagine? The rest of the campaign is here in Winterfell. That's it. Don't worry about it.
No, I feel better. Still missing a finger though.
Yeah, you're.
I'm just looking at
You're
the.
never getting
Would
that
you know
finger
anything
back.
about that? Could I get my finger back?
You're missing a finger. I don't know how to help you. I'm sorry.
That's what happens when you touch a river, I guess.
Yeah, don't go running around touching rivers. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, I still have the container I use for it, but you know,
He's like, wait, what? You still have that? Can I please see that container?
you can see it. Doesn't mean you can keep it.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll keep the book. That's a fair exchange. Okay. He takes you, starts looking. He's like, what is this? This is not like any glass that I've seen before.
I wouldn't put my hand in it just in case. Just by the way,
Good suggestion.
just in case there's leftovers
fair.
of the river.
And he eventually does give it back to you, and he's just enamored and extremely engaged. But okay, you guys continue doing your research, having conversations about this, and during that time, Kanan, you put on the raggedy clothes that you had purchased from effectively a homeless figure. You make your way over to the alley that you had crawled out of the night prior, and looking into the hallway, you see a lot of people that are passed out, cats just kind of roaming about, barrels that are placed. And you see that same individual that is still off to the side, drunk? Question mark?
Okay. So I just kind of want to just slump down against one of the walls and just kind of watch, see if he does anything.
Okay. How long do you want to do this for?
20 minutes.
He does nothing. He continues to sit where he is. He like repositions his body for comfort's sake, but that's it.
Has anybody interacted with him at all while I'm there? Or...
Absolutely no one.
So I'll just wait around a little longer.
Okay. You watch eventually as his attention gets diverted to the side, and from a grate about 25 feet away in the ground, the grate opens and somebody else steps out and walks out, shuts the grate behind them, and he kind of like watches them leave, and you see him like reach his hand up and looks like he has a stone in his hand, and he whispers something into it really, really silent and puts it away and continues to sit back down and watch the alleyway and the happenings.
I know what I want to do, but I know it's not the right idea. Okay,
This is my internal dilemma every time I make a choice.
Yeah, you always make the worst
I
decision
lose
ever.
every time. I lose to the intrusive thought every time.
To be fair, that's perfectly in character given how you're, you lost to a sword basically.
What?
You lost to your sword essentially.
Yeah.
Kanan, what are we doing?
thinking. Can I, so there's more homeless guys just all around?
Yep.
Okay,
It's a combination of homeless people, people that are wasted from day drinking, like the riffraff, like people that are not functional members of society here are like, they're not doing anything. It's still work day, right? It's still work time. They're not doing anything. They're laid about in the mud and dirt, whatever liquids that have been mixed into this mud that's caked on their face on them.
Alright, so I'll just go back and meet up with the guys and tell them that there's clearly somebody reporting to somebody,
Okay.
Well, that's really
like
specific.
talking through a stone.
It takes a little bit of time, but you do make your way back, and by that point, you guys have, for the most part, concluded your activities with the book, at least to the extent that you spent time with it. And we're pushing almost around like 4:30 at this point. You guys have spent a healthy amount of time with the book here. Oh no, sorry, you guys started early. It's like noon almost. It's pushing pretty late. And yeah, Kanan, you have the floor.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell them that mysterious figure was still there. There was somebody that came out of the sewer, and at that time his attention turned to that person and he spoke into a stone. So
Was that the same guy that we saw when we got out of the sewers?
it was.
Oh, interesting. That dude was very suspicious.
It was. I was wondering, I said maybe we could figure out a plan to distract him, and
Let's figure out who he is. And
Wait,
what he's
what-
doing
yeah,
Before we try
but-
to like distract and knock him out or something.
so maybe we could get the stone from him without him noticing.
Yeah, maybe. We also need to go talk to I forgot his name now because I'm
Martin.
we have a-
Yeah, but
thank you.
that's not till later.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'll be wanting some clothes. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I see all of your new drapes, and I'm interested. So
You're
And
wearing
I-
nice clothes. If you put on
I
the
am.
clothes that Kanan gave you, they're
I like how
nicer.
you-
well, I still have my own. I'm just holding
Right.
on to them. I'm
Oh.
giving him back his own. His the clothes that he gave me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to go and get some different clothes since
You didn't even notice how I'm shorter now.
You didn't even say anything. You'd never notice how
I try so hard.
I could never make you happy.
you try, but you always fail.
Fuck you.
Okay.
So yeah, I would go to the bazaar and try and get some clothes.
Okay,
That's what
no
I would
problem.
do.
We could definitely do that. What's the general consensus right now before we start splitting people off to do single purchase events?
I'm gonna go with him because I want to see this interaction with this guy. I don't miss that.
Okay, no problem whatsoever. You make your way over to the bazaar, and sure enough, Mr. Just Beer is sitting there doing his, which you know as Hugo. You're the only one who knows his name because nobody asks for names in our campaign. You know his name is Just Beer because of the priestess of Ron told you, and he sees you come. He's like, "Oh yes, Haji Baji. What do you need? Wait a
Hello, Beer. I would be interested in buying
Just Beer.
just beer.
No,
I'm sorry.
Just Beer.
Beer.
Brr.
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 Just Beer.
Just brr.
Yeah, it's better. I really like that one. Yes.
I got it. So I would be looking to buy some new clothes. I would like something of a dark blue color.
Okay.
With trims of light blue, and maybe a little bit of black in it also. And I would be looking. Do you have anything magical with that color scheme?
Depends what you wanted to do. I have a really cool cape, but I have to re-dye it to your specifications.
What is that cape exactly?
You're gonna love. Oh my God! You don't even. Okay, buddy, let me show you. Okay, this is so cool. And he goes and he opens up a really ornate chest, takes it out, and he puts it on. Tells him, he's like, "Check this out." And he like stands to the side and he's like, "Do I look cool yet?"
You look the same, just with.
And he
a
goes,
better
"Whoa,
profile.
bam!" And his cloak starts to billow, just in the wind. Like there's no wind, there's nothing. It just starts to billow, and he's like, "It's a cloak of billowing. It makes you look distinguished and very special."
That looks so cool.
Yeah, he gets it. The not tall guy. Yeah.
How much does that go for?
This one, he goes 13 gold.
That's just a cloak, though.
Yeah, and 13 gold is just 13 gold.
No. That's not what I mean. I'm looking for a whole suit here. I'm looking for more than
Oh.
just a cloak.
Well, I mean, I can put
I'll
other
buy the cloak
things
off
a
of
part of that deal if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the cloak because
I mean,
I'm always there to look cool. You know
listen,
what I mean?
to be completely honest, people always tell me that I'm at least like a 7 out of 10. But with this gold con, ladies love me. I'm like a 7 point or 8.7. Somewhere around there is pretty good. Pretty
I mean,
good.
honestly, I think you're 8 natural, and with the cloak, you probably look like a 9.
I like you.
Yeah, I mean,
I like you.
the
Hey,
profile really did something to me.
you guys could learn a thing or two from that guy. That guy, he knows. He's got the
Yeah.
tongue. He's got the tongue.
I do have the thumb. So, what would you have like any shirt, pants of dark blue color?
Of
Do you have
course I
anything?
that. What do you think this is? Huh? Do you think this is a Valley Village? What's wrong with you? Of course I have that.
Do you have
stuff.
anything a little bit ornate, a little bit, A little bit of pizzazz in it.
Yeah, of course I have pizzazz. Like, what's come on, man? You not see this cloak? This cloak is like the shit. Of course
Well,
I have
yes.
pizzazz clothes too.
But I have to make sure. I can't just,
Don't ask stupid questions, okay? I got you. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Now you're dropping down to
Yeah.
a 7 now.
Hold on. It's fine. You already said 8. I've deposited that in the bank of self-esteem, and can't take it away. Too bad. He goes over and starts to like rifle through a bunch of like racks, and he takes out these two, literally a shirt, pants. They look fairly nice. The pants are curled in, very much like a Middle Eastern type of style, like an Aladdin style, where the bottom of your ankle shows, but beautifully stitched. It is a dark blue, and then the top is light blue, the bottom is dark blue. You can see there's a fairly dark like a black pattern. It's hard to see because of how dark the blue is as well. But he says, Ed, this is about as ornate as you're gonna get it, okay, buddy? I got this from way in the desert down south, okay, and the shattered lands. That place, it kills you. It does go there unless you want to die. But
Yeah, I've
I
been there
didn't
before.
die.
How much for the set?
The
With
whole
cape?
set, I like you, so I give you a special deal. Let's call it 14 gold.
Let's make it 13.
Make a persuasion check.
Wait, I'm stuck on the map. Give me a sec.
If he fails, that means this vendor's so great at haggling.
I was really excited to scream at you.
Where is it?
Zoo.
There we go.
Oh,
It's like, you fill my bucket today, I fill your bucket, okay? It's a very good thing, yeah, okay. 13 gold, I give you the full package. You bring your friends though, okay? Yeah? You bring your
Oh
friends.
yeah, I'll bring my
Yes.
friends that way.
You tell them that just beer. He's got all the hot deals. Okay, all the
Alright.
yeah.
So
Want
it's a
my own
cape of
shop?
billowing, correct?
Cloak of billowing. Yes. All you have to say is wabam, and the cloak billows. Beautiful.
All right.
Yes, immediately takes you from 1 point below to 1 point above.
It's perfect. I'm gonna need that.
Nice.
I
He
appreciate
really
Yes,
does.
you will need that, but that's okay.
it. Honestly, I don't, but
No, it's okay. Well, listen, your self-esteem bank isn't as deep as mine. Okay, let's take it easy.
He's got a good point.
I'm
U-boat
pretty
is
confident.
kind of ugly.
Okay, confidence. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to buy? I got business I got to run here. What the heck?
I'm okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, yeah, you too.
Walking away with the group. Then where do we go now?
Very quick.
What?
Well, where
Wow.
do we need to go?
maybe we should just meet with Martin, see what he has to say. Maybe before we stir up any trouble and miss the meeting.
Yeah, we're trying to stay low, and
And
we were looking at going into it like a whole thief thing. Yeah, I would say talking to Martin's probably a good idea.
Is it already time?
I mean, I don't know if it's a good idea if he works with the other dude, but
I doubt it.
that's all we got to go on right now.
You
Right, but
guys have fun
that's-
with that. I want to go back to the blacksmith and continue that.
Okay.
Well, I think it's only a bit past noon right now, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes. With the travel
Oh,
between
okay.
places, it's like 1:30, just because it's just so large, such a large city, right? It just takes forever to get around. And from where your location was to the bazaar, and everything else, yeah, it takes a little bit. Yeah, let's just say it's
Yeah,
one.
and we are only supposed to meet when sundown, so I guess we still have 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on what season it. It's July, so 8, 9. We still have a long way to wait
Nah,
for
make it
Martin.
6.
You got
Make
some
it long.
hours.
You got time. You got time. This man's
Yeah,
calculating
so-
the astrological positioning of the stars.
Calculating the position of the planet.
I'm usually
the sun.
Yes.
Too smart for your own good. Well, there.
Okay, so we
dies.
still have a lot of time. So if we can't really do anything with that guy who had the sending stone, so if you want to steal the stone or continue stalking him or something, then well, I would also go back and work on my blueprints. I don't really know anything else beneficial I can do otherwise.
I
Probably.
want to see if I can get these arrows checked out, see if there's anything special to them.
Yeah, I should be able to identify them for you.
Okay. So I'll just hand them over to you then.
I'll probably go to the library to try and see anything regarding the mark or the river, just to have a general more understanding of what we saw essentially.
Okay. No problem.
I don't want to go to the university because I don't want to get my, I don't want to be noticed essentially.
Sure
Asking
thing.
questions around.
Okay. So that's fine. Kanan,
So-
did you want to do anything specific?
Yeah, so I'm giving Goldar the arrows to see if he can identify them and see if maybe he can take a closer look at the cards while he's at it, I guess.
Sure. No problem. So Goldar, he wants you to take a look at, you said cards and the arrows, yes?
Yes, I
try the
would
gems.
plan to use
Yeah,
identify
instead
on
of
them.
gems too. Like if you got time, just check out all the stuff.
Thorfinn's just gonna go
Yeah.
with you, Goldar. He's just gonna go and be like, yeah, sure, I got nothing better to do. I'll watch you do your thing. Okay, so you go to the library and you ask around, and they direct you to the religious section of the library. You rifle through, and the most information, you don't even need to make a check for this, is that the symbol is for the Allfather specifically. You know this. There is no information about the Allfather symbol ever being connected to dots, any type of patternation or anything like that. Visions are something that is usually that happens for people that are connected and borrowing powers. Nothing special there. You don't discern anything that
Anything historical about the kids?
nothing.
Okay.
Nothing about that.
Anything about the river?
No. Nope.
Okay. I would go back to the group at that point.
Okay, so we'll just say that you make your way back to Goldar. Norbak, you're doing your thing for the next foreseeable future of 6 hours or so. I'm assuming, are you going to be going to meet up for the Martin thing, or are you going to keep doing the blacksmith and go to bedtime?
Blacksmithing team.
Okay, cool. Kanan, in that case,
Mhm.
you hold on a second. What were you gonna do? You gave him the stuff, but you didn't have any.
Oh yeah, I just seen what he could find out. Like I said, see if there's anything special. The arrows. See if he can figure out something with the cards. Since Norbak's not there to try to
Try to
use
It is
them.
100 times
That's fair.
safer with
Yeah.
each foot you get away from me with
you
those
got-
things.
dude. Oh my god, yeah, you're just a freaking nuclear bomb waiting to go off. Yeah, you guys. This actually makes it a lot easier. You guys get together. No, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. You guys get together and start to go through this. It takes about the better part of 3 hours, including the gems. But you find out that the arrows specifically are arrows of teleportation. When you fire the first arrow, it marks a location or object for teleporting. The second arrow marks the location it will be teleported.
Are they single use or are they?
They could break, but they seem fairly durable. But the effect itself is not one-time use. No, it's just the arrows could break, they could get lost, the yada 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 yada. The gems you find are they're a material component that Goldar, once you start to analyze and take a look at, you very quickly realize with the identification spell that these are highly sought after gems for the dwarves that work in the Disc District. The ones that create legendary artifacts, they need to use these soul gems. They don't have souls in them, they're just called soul gems because they are forged under pressures so severe that they can only be possible in between realms in the astral sea. Or astral, yeah, the astral sea. And they're very, very sought after, and you guys have 4 of them. So you know that. The third thing then you find out about the deck. The deck. You start to take a look at it, and time passes, and you take a deep sigh of relief, as it is not, you very quickly learn, not matching the description of what Yubo mentioned of a legendary deck that can create positive or negative effects. This, in your hands, however, is a deck of illusions. every card in it has a potential of creating an illusory effect tied to whatever that card is. And not only that, you also find out that this deck of illusions, its effect stays permanently unless dispelled otherwise.
All right, good to know that Novak wasn't about to kill us himself.
Oh
or
no,
everyone
it's
around.
not a real object. It's still an illusion at the end of the day. Oh, I see what you're saying. Still an illusion, but
Yeah.
yes, that's what you learn from your
All right.
objects. You come in on the tail end of that after having done your plethora of research. The 4 of you are together. Norbak is doing his blacksmithing.
I'll share the information about the dots because I think that's very interesting. I mean, it's also the only thing that's really relevant from what I learned.
Yep.
At this point, I'm assuming it's like an hour or 2 after.
Yeah, it took him 3 hours to do his stuff, right? Because it's an hour per ritual
So
cast.
we would have like 2, 3.
No,
4
it's
hours.
10 minutes.
Oh, what the? Why do I keep the? It's because teleportation circles cast time is an hour. I keep screwing this up.
Yeah,
I
the
use that
ritual
as
is
my
just
baseline.
10 minutes plus the spell's time.
Yeah, it's been like an hour and a half. It hasn't been a whole ton of time. You guys still have a whole day ahead of you. If you just want to pass it by watching the gnomes do their thing or helping them with their actions, you're welcome to do that
Yeah.
too.
I just want to try and do another intelligence roll for my last blueprint thing. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
lucky.
Go for it. Make a d20 roll. You're gonna spend some time on it to work on that now, I imagine, for the next little while.
Yeah, until we are off
All
to get to wherever we wanted to meet the guy.
Yeah, no problem.
Drunken cat.
Was it only a D20 or was it intelligence?
I think it was D20. Double check. But you guys watch Goldar go over typical regimented behavior. He opens up his pack, places out of large parchment of paper, and starts to scrawl and take put pieces together. You're watching the gnomes at this point while Goldar is doing this, and they have almost entirely deconstructed the first eye, the mechanical eye that they had given you, and they've recorded the process they did to decompose or like take it apart. Then you see a second piece of paper where they've now begun to reconstruct and understand the process of how these pieces all match together and work together. And just as you guys watch them doing this and they're piecing one of the last segments together, you hear Goldar on the side just go, "Eureka!" And he's got an entire blueprint that is complete and ready to go. Nice. Good roll. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It is.
I scrolled up. It was just an intelligence roll.
That's a good roll, man. That's good stuff. It is now approaching dusk. We'll just say, I don't know, it took a while.
All right. Are you guys comfortable going to talk to Martin, or too risky for you?
I want to go talk to him. There's
did
got to be
really
something
punch.
behind him giving that note to me.
Yeah.
And saying, I think
Yeah,
if
I mean,
he was
he
gonna
was-
hurt us, he would have done it then when apparently was ordered to kill.
Yeah, and he was sandbagging hard.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'm comfortable going.
Okay, you guys make your way.
I was just saying, not really comfortable, but I'll go anyway.
Sometimes you just do these things, you know. You guys make your way over through the city. You've seen now at this point the majority of the people are off. They finished their work and now they're celebrating. They're enjoying their evening. A lot of people are walking around with their pints in their hand. You can see again all the bars and the taverns have their front walls folded open so there's just a fluid flow of people that can come in and out. You make your way over to the Drunken Cat, and the first thing that you recognize is the raunchy smell of feline. Just cats everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean there's probably 20 of them that are sitting above the windowsill in the front, and there's at least 40 of them roaming around the building itself. You're not sure what the hell is going on, but you make your way inside. There is that scent of fish that exists, partly why the cats are most likely there. But you get yourself a table, and a fairly decent looking man walks up and he says, "Welcome to the flat to the Drunken Cat. What will you be having tonight?"
Let's start with a round of drinks.
I mean, well, would you like
ale
just
or-
the usual, or would you like the special ale of the day? Or just
Oh,
a
you have
special-
anything that doesn't taste like piss?
Oh, of course we have. That's just our typical stuff. Listen, we're not the flat fish. Come on, okay. That's where you go for if you want the shite. This is
We
the
can
good
do
stuff.
that then.
What's special about your ale?
Well, I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise. It is truly special. Think you'll like it.
I'll try one pint of the special.
I will too.
Okay. They say, well, the pint itself is 1 gold each. And if you want a regular, that'll be 1 silver each.
I'll just buy us all around of the special.
Okay. All right. You guys get this. And when you go to take a drink from the special ale, Goldar, the best way this could be described is you watch as your friends take a drink of it and their eyes roll back in their head. You two feel amazing. You feel phenomenal. And in that exact moment, the entire tavern starts to grow in size. And you're like, whoa! Goldar, your friends vanish in front of you. And about a second goes by of sheer panic. And all of a sudden, 2 cats from their chairs hop up and onto the table. You guys just got polymorphed into cats, and you're currently on the table. And you are in the cat perspective. The scent of this place just became like the most brilliant thing ever. It is super, super enticing. The flavors of fish, the smells, being close to the ground. It's like something you've never experienced as a humanoid.
Because you haven't.
I want to RP it so hard and just say that I'm sniffing Kanan's ass at this point.
You can describe your own cat if you want, by all means.
Oh, it's a ginger cat for sure.
Okay, there you go.
For sure.
Of course, it's a ginger cat.
Of course.
Yes. Hold on. This is what you're seeing in front of you. About some time goes by, and Goldar, you watch as Martin is making his way through, comes close about a table or so away, and sees you, throws his hood on, and makes his way to the back of the tavern, like a back row type of situation.
All right, I'm
Able until I reach there.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever. You guys are able to like parkour through. You know what? Give me an acrobatics check and add 20 to it. Exactly. There's no point. You're a fucking cat. You can get everywhere. I'm just curious to see what you get. It's still a nat 1. It'd be hilarious. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh god. Holy
You're the
crap.
best goddamn cat
Dude,
I've
there's
ever
2
seen.
nat 20s on the back to back. That's wild. That's crazy.
and I have a hard time following them with all the cats in the way.
Oh my gosh. There are a crazy number of cats. You got a 38. Good God. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yubo, interestingly enough, while you're parkouring across these things, and you at some point like springboard off of one of the things that the carrier's holding, and you land in the rafters, still making your way over, and you see off to the corner of your eye, your cat eye, that there's this small little hovel. Like a little cat-shaped entryway specifically, and above it says, "To all who dare, come meow and test your luck." And you can keep mental note of that. But you watch as Goldar continues, and I imagine you meet up with him as Martin has now taken the seat, taken his hood off, and a few people, interesting enough, after you made it, have fairly discreetly created almost a wall. But it's just like a cluster of people that have gotten together to party, but it's very obvious that he's kind of like in touch with their presence, and they've created a space where you can have a conversation with him. And first thing he looks at you and says, "I'm so glad that you didn't die. Oh my gosh, that got crazy."
Not just crazy, but seriously unpredictable.
What the hell was that gorilla thing? What the hell was that?
I'm just meowing.
He's like, get out of here, get out of here. He's like shoving the cat off. He's like, God, this place is infested. Should have gone
I'll
to the
start to
ambulance.
purr.
Well, whatever.
Let it be. That's currently the special drink, and those are my comrades.
Oh, that's suckers. You want me to get them out of that? I can help.
You guys want to get out of it?
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
Sounds like a yes. Sure. And you watch as he like grabs Yubo and starts petting and just punches the cat in the face and does enough damage, which is like 1, and poof, you're like laid across the table, which happenstance kicks Kanan's cat, which does enough damage, and then poof, you like launch midair off and into another table. You're like, ah, God. But you managed to right yourself.
I'm just on the table like, hi.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what happened.
I'll take a seat.
All right. Please don't cough up fur balls now.
Yeah, oh my God, I didn't even think of that potential. That's hilarious. But no, Martin says, okay, well, what happened?
I mean, for the gorilla part, it's a little bit my fault.
A little.
A little bit.
Why did you not control your gorilla better?
It's complicated. I didn't exactly summon it willingly.
Oh shit, I forgot his voice. His voice is like, why did you not control your gorilla better?
The short story is
Ever heard of wild magic?
Yeah.
It wasn't
similar
really
to that.
intended.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you guys are. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, here's the problem. He like leans in a little bit. I've been following a special a new sect of people that have come through a little while ago, and they come from the north. I'm not really sure who they are or what they are, but I got inducted into those guys. You know their dealings, and you'd be glad that I was there. Good God, I couldn't imagine what would have happened to you if I wasn't. But anyways, I caught wind that somebody apparently of really, really high importance was kidnapped by them maybe about 2 weeks ago, or a little while ago. I don't even know the timing. Time's kind of whatever. But a little while ago, this person got kidnapped, and apparently they have knowledge of things that is really, really bad in the hands of these people. I
Is that
can't.
person gnome?
I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I just know that the dealings seem to be happening out of. It's a new temple that got erected over on the west side of town.
West side.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh
I
yeah.
heard about that plot.
Okay, that's good. At least you know at least some of the happenings that are happening over there.
Yeah, we encountered these people before, I think. They're not nice, essentially. We can come back to this conversation in a minute, but like, do you know what happened during the tournament? Like, why like, you've got one of your friend that died. Like, things we should have been shunned out, and we didn't.
First of all, none of them are my friends. I'm here doing recon. First of all, okay. Secondly, yeah, that person's not dead anymore. I mean, it's kind of easy to bring them back when you've got fucking Karn dealing with them.
Who was it
But
that
do
gave
you know-
the orders to kill us?
Karn, I just told you, Karn did.
What? Like,
Yeah.
is he working for somebody, or is this him acting as his own?
Do you not know who Karn is? Well, I guess you really wouldn't.
Well, he's the guy that hosted the thing, right?
Karn is the benefactor. He's the one that came in. Yeah, no, he runs a wild, and this is new information to me too. I just found out about this a month ago. I've been a part of inducting into these guys. That was a stringent application process. I feel bad, but I can't tell you. Never mind. But he runs a network that spans across most of Midgard. They didn't have a strong holding here before, but something recently has really gotten them in a hubbub, and they think they're kind of ruining the culture around here. We're going around thieving and robbing, and it's awful.
Why are you helping us? Like, why are you talking to us? Like, I'm confused. Who are you working for if you're scouting here?
Well, he kind of like takes out a parchment, he writes a name across, and he says, "There's a particular individual that's got vested interest in figuring out the dealings in town, and if we don't figure it out, nobody will. And then who knows? If people just get murdered in the street. That's not okay. You can't just have that happening, you know." But you look on the piece of paper, and it reads Mylandra across it, who you've met before. Yeah,
that's a town guard, essentially. The
well,
guard
it's more.
captain.
She's more. Yeah, she calls herself a guard captain, but she's basically right hand woman of the colonel that runs Winterford. Ezra. She does the overseeing of all things military. So yeah, so that's who I kind of consort with, but you know, they saw these people coming through, and I'm trying to figure out whatever I can for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, looks like we got involved in this, so I don't mind
Is there any
helping
reason
out.
She picked us. Did she give you a reason for
To do what?
for
Help?
for you to seek out us, or is she trying to just?
No, that was happenstance. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was complete sheer fart in the wind. I saw you guys at the college. I liked the cut of your jib. You guys seemed thorough. You good investigative skills. You're asking a lot of good questions and following up leads. It's unfortunate that we met in the circumstances we did. God, I didn't want to hurt you guys. Sorry if I did, but man. But yeah, that, and then I saw you guys fight. That was fun to watch. I think we'd make great allies.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if you don't pull your punches against our enemy, it's gonna be great.
I think as long as you don't spawn fucking gorillas, we'll be fine.
I'll do my best. I'm trying to get rid of this issue, actually.
Yeah, good.
This never happens to me, I swear.
Yeah, but you can't shoot your arrow, so you got other issues.
Yeah.
We're only as good as our weakest link, so you know, the quicker you deal with your stuff, the quicker we don't have to deal with it.
Right.
Regardless.
So what's
though.
the next step for you?
Well, so last night after I was awoken and kind of got a little bit established and figured out, I went over to the temple and I tried to see if I could follow them. They have an interesting system there. There's always somebody watching the temple or traveling in groups and pairs, so I couldn't really do much on my own. So maybe you guys have a better chance, but I couldn't figure anything out.
We saw the guys there that are looking, you know, it looks like they're trying to give us some privacy. Are these your people?
Oh yeah,
In the
these guys.
bar.
Yeah. These guys they're good guys.
All right. Part of the town guard or something, I'm assuming.
Yeah, sure. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I mean, you just said you're alone, so I find it surprising that there's people around here that are helping you. But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of weird if you're walking around with an entourage. That doesn't really work, does it?
Yeah, that's fair.
That defeats the whole point of stealth.
Stealth.
You have a horde of people.
I mean, you could have a beer here and just have, you know, turn into a cat and enjoy, you know, that experience.
Oh my god, I don't even know what I would do first. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. He like calls
I'm
over
gonna
the
tell
wench.
you what the first thing is gonna happen. You're gonna have an incline to smell everybody else, but it's not great.
Oh, I'm okay with that. He like calls over the wench. He's like, anybody else want one? This is all me.
Yeah, I want another.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'll take another.
you short guy.
Give me one. I
Yeah.
wanna see that stuff.
Thorfinn's all about it too, and he calls over a round of the special drink for the night. Everybody
Before you
takes it.
drink, where do we go to meet you? Because I mean, if we get separated, like, how do we get in contact with you?
I'll this is specifically my place of refuge. So if you need me, just come here, ask for me. I'm either sleeping in the back or staying here for the night. So the easiest
Alright.
thing you could do.
Duly noted.
So,
And do we go with Marden, or do you have another name?
Oh no, Martin's my name. That's just my name.
All right. So no undercover name.
Oh no,
Thumbs up.
you just ask for Martin here and we'll be fine.
like as new friends, maybe we should try this little cat challenge up in the rafters and
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
we got.
dude,
see
There's
how well
like-
we work together.
There's a cat rafters here. What? That's cool. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I saw that up there when I was.
You're talking and he's already chugged his drink. He's already downing it. He's like, I want to do this. And you guys get it down in
Cheers.
your face, like your mouth holes. And sure enough, it's just a table full of meowing cats. And all of a sudden you hear him go, meow, meow, meow. And it's
His
just,
voice is still like.
it's still raspy. Yeah, he's a raspy meowing cat. Meow, meow. You guys jump around and eventually make it to the rafters, and you see this hole in the wall with this script written over it, and it is pitch black on the other end. And it's not that you can't see beyond it, it's just there seems to be like a veil of darkness that is separating you from what's happening on the other end. You guys, one by one, start to make your way in, and that's where we're gonna pick it up next week.
Damn.
That's where we're gonna pick it up next week, is kitty
Oh,
cats.
God.
Catting time.
Yeah, you know what's cool? I've had this quirk about this particular place since I built the city, and no one in any of the previous times has ever had a drink here, and it always killed me. I'm like, oh, this would be so fun.
First time for everything.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah, man!
We'll figure it out.
Oh, it's gonna be a great time. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna see chat off, and we'll talk. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that session. There was a lot going on there. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was fun. These guys did a really good job. Again, I mean, I'm not surprised. Of course, they're getting better and better day by day. And for those of you that don't know, these guys are fresh players. They're brand new to D&D, never done it before. So a lot of their decisions that we most likely would not make is because of that lack of like experience and expertise, right? But they are developing quick. They are learning very quickly too. And today's session was awesome. A little questionable on Norbak's decision to go and just barge into a room, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted to kill them, and this time it would have been death, just outright. Like there's no coming back from that, you know. But they rolled fairly well. They got lucky with the rolls. I'll be honest with you there. But regardless, that's how D&D works sometimes, and it's phenomenal. I love it. That's why I like playing it. I will say that it is officially time to shut it down, and I will see you guys. Actually, I'll do the full shtick if you guys are on YouTube, which if you're not and you're watching here, go to YouTube, leave me a like, leave me a comment, do the whole like kit and caboodle. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. It helps me, man. I want to grow this. This is going to be fun. It's going to be cool. I just want to have fun with other people to share the story with, because I've worked on this for so damn long that I want to be a part of the whole experience. You know what I mean? So, that being said, it is that time of night, day, where it is goodbye time. I love you guys. Stay awesome. Stay frosty. I'll see you next Saturday at 2 p.m.